I need to set a few things on. I'm almost done. There we go. We have. Wait, hold on. Let me note the game. There we go. We're all. Oh wait, my bad. The mic here. There we go. Okay, all the way to the class pre-trial prep. Yes, load this game. Once you clear a chapter, you can play through again anytime. Oh, so we actually need to clear out 3, so we don't have to deal with every free time, the trial itself. So let's just do that. So let's just continue. Okay. I hope that everyone who watches this will enjoy it. Today we are going, yesterday we had like a new day, a new deadly life. So okay, basically we had open handbook, so let's just go through it. We have people that are dead. I mean, a few more extra deaths. So basically, HIFUMI Yamada died. He's the ultimate fanfic creator, although he, you know, he might just do like a bad. He really should have one at least. Then we have TAKA Ishimaru Taka-kun, dead, the ultimate moral compass guy. I wonder what his reason is. But to be fair, his personality changed all the way. So yeah. Then we have, so basically Celeste was being attacked. So let's go through all the files and the truth bullets. The victims were HIFUMI Yamada and Taka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It was thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. It does not outright tell me us that it's the same weapon. The torp was found in the repository under Taka's lifeless body. Apparently used to move Taka in order to avoid leaving any bloodstains. So basically his body was first found and where is it actually? Ah yeah, the physics lab. In the physics lab that was like Taka's body the first time together with Sakura and with Byakuya and Toko that was on the ground. So yeah. After she saw blood, of course. Then she went and they went all downstairs to Celeste with Asahino. But before that, of course, HIFUMI died with Justice Hammer 3. After that, they were both going towards, I don't know where, but probably they went back to the repository, but they couldn't. I mean, they went there, but the body was gone. And then they were looking for it. And then Celeste was, I saw like multiple and suspicious individuals. So yeah. And then they went to the art room, or at least I went to the art room, and tried to get into the storage room, but it was somehow locked. It was really weird. So yeah, and then we were like going down, up and down. We saw HIFUMI's body dead. For a second time, we had our ding dong, and that body announcement for HIFUMI Yamada. He said the name Yashihiro, and people assumed it was Yashihiro Hakagure. And Byakuya, of course, thought as well, because you know Yashihiro is not that really so smart. But then we went with such a smart comment to Byakuya, telling him, yeah, but how was he able to move Hifumi Yamada? Is he? I mean, why would he need to kill two people if there's only one people's death? It was required. Like the only one that could die was. So basically, yeah. And then Byakuya was like, hold on, that was such a good picking up. So then they were deciding like, so the suspicions fell off from Yasuhiro Hakagure, or at least that's what I got the impression, from Byakuya to Hikagure. Of course. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Hakagure was found in the pool locker room for all the places he was in the school locker room. And we were like, how did we get his hair into that robot? And then he was like, yeah, maybe everyone, Asahina was still so focused on Yasuhiro Hakagure, and Celeste was also like talking that Yasuhiro Hakagure is the culprit, and I was like, come on, how are you supposed to move in that rock costume? He might be in the one from the Robot Justice costume, but he is not the one who can kill Hifumi and Taka, especially because of how the hammer is, you know? You need to swing it, but when we saw it, it was like a stiff arm. Like, it couldn't move at all. And then, Asahina just doesn't want to acknowledge. I mean, she did acknowledge that Shihiro is the only one who can fit into that suit. But the problem is though, how can he move? But Asahina keeps pressuring Yasuhiro. He can fit into the thing. Oh yeah, this is used on like how to from the repository towards the art room with moving the body. Oh wait, yeah, thank you. I forgot about this. I need to open this program. It's sometimes so annoying. Okay, now you can change the colors and the city. So it assumed that the same dolly was in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was originally discovered. Okay, Hifumi glasses, that is definitely something we need to notice quite a lot. Look at the first time we saw Hifumi dead, and then we saw Hifumi dead again. When we first found in the nurse's office, Hifumi's glasses were covered in blood. However, when they were next seen in the repository, they were completely clean. Oh yeah, I forgot, we saw Hifumi first being knocked out. And then we saw his dad in the same nurse office. And then he died again in the repository? Yeah, repository. The hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in the repository. One of them found matte and apparently been recently washed. So it's really weird why that is washed. But it is used, so yeah. The door connecting from the art room to the repository was designed to open from only the repository side. That's so weird though, but I think if you want to hide, you can get inside of there. According to Aoi, it was locked during the search for the missing body. However, when the body was rediscovered, it somehow has been unlocked. So basically, someone unlocked it. A puddle of blood was found in the equipment room where Kiyotaka's body was initially found. A tire track had been left behind in the blood. That is definitely the work from the trolley. The cloth was found in the trash can in the nurse's office. It is branded with a popular cartoon character and was found at the bottom. The one has to wonder if someone used it to wipe some blood away. I mean, to be fair, we all know who this item belongs to. It belongs to Hifumi. I mean, who the heck does this character like? The only one that caught the camera was like Celeste, but it was a hand-me-down. Hifumi disappeared when Celeste and Aoi left the nurse's office to use the bathroom. Apparently they weren't more than a minute or two. A note that Yasuhiro wrote to get to the dining hall. The handwriting is remarkable, clear, neat and clear. Hello, welcome to the stream, Kevin. But there is the blueprints for Robo's Justice, which were found in Yasuhiro's room. To be fair, it has been found in Yasuhiro's room, but this one is definitely different. Like, come on. The handwriting is so bad on this one. I mean, it's not bad. It's something I like to read. But come on, this is way more neat. There's like, this is apple and pears. You can see the difference. And no one but Yasuhiro could have possibly fit in the costume. That is true. In addition, anyone wearing it would not be able to see their feet or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. Apparently, Yasuhiro received a mysterious note last night. The note reads, I found a hole we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find it out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the recreation room at 1 AM. But this from Kiyotaka was like 6 o'clock. It was confirmed late last night the watch still worked. And Kiyotaka actually had this piece of paper, which is the same paper as this one. It says like, I found a hole. Let's meet in the equipment room for 6 AM. The difference is the one is in the recreation room and the other one is in the equipment room. And somehow we still need to have our ebooks. But to be fair, we may or may not be sure if Celeste is her real name. So maybe we can use it. Okay, let's add the skills, set skills. We have trance, neural liberation. And that's the only one that we can actually use. So let's see, I mean, Ashihiro is so angry at Yasuhiro. I'm so sorry for him, but to be fair, he had it coming. Alright! Okay, I'm not going to say this again. Oh, I'm sorry.
もし間違った人物を黒とした場合は黒以外の全員がお仕置きされみんなは欺いた黒だけが晴れて卒業となります
Don't forget, the main motive of this is money. When it got represented, it was $10 million. Or one in back in like Japan.
さてとじゃあ最初は
Now then, to begin.
犯人はもう決まってるよ
We already know who did it.
おろろろろ
Oh,
一連の殺人や死体消失が起きた際のアリバイがなく何よりあのコスプレ姿で現れた葉隠康弘君
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
どう考えてもあんたが犯人じゃん
He might be in the suit, but I don't think he is the killer. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
だから違うんだって。俺はずっと眠らされてただけで。
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
黙れこの人殺しめ。
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer.
おめえに言われたかねって。
Who are you calling a murderer? No, calling it out.
葉隠君、残念ですがこんな証拠もあるのですよ。
I am sorry to say, hero, but we do have evidence.
あのコスプレ衣装の設計図です。
Blueprints for the suit.
あの衣装の制作に使われたと思われるこれら部品の数々。
Parts we assumed were used to build it.
すべてあなたの部屋から見つかったものです。これらが動かぬ証拠ですわ。
And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit it. The evidence is quite compelling.
あなたがあの衣装を作り上げ、それを身にまとい、次々と犯行を重ねていったということもね。
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing the crime of the crime. I mean, yeah, if he is going to be very desperate, he is going to be a fast-forward approach and just kill it with a knife. You know, back when Leon killed Sayaka, or Sayaka trying to kill Leon with a knife.
だから俺は
How many times do I have to tell you? I
知らん
I don't know. Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Okay, the ritual is coming down.
あなたの部屋から見つかったこの設計図や部品が物語
Well,
っていま
that's
す。
true. The
あ
blueprints
なた
were.
が犯人であるということをね。
俺は知らん。これは罠だ。陰謀だ。
Well, it's true.
なんで殺したの？
待ってくれって。
Oh wait, we have Yasuhiro's message. I mean, looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. Oh really? What was I telling you before the trial? If I remember right, Yasuhiro's handwriting is quite beautiful.
あなたの部屋から見つかった
Yeah?
この設計図や部品
Yeah,
が物語
that
って
is
い
true.
ます。あなたが犯人であるということ
Oh
を
wait,
ね。
maybe I should have put the hand.
俺は知らん。
Maybe, hold on.
これは罠だ。陰謀だ。
No!
科学でなんで殺したの？
Okay, I had to click on the blueprints, my bad.
あなたの部屋から見つかったこの設計図や部品が物語って
Yeah, okay.
それは違う。
I thought there might be something else I could use, but I mean the blueprints are
その
true.
設計図ってさ、本当に葉隠君が書いたものなのかな？
It is found in this room though. Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
どういう意味ですか？
What do you mean?
だってさ、これ見てよ。
Well, look at this.
アルターエゴが亡くなった時に葉隠君がみんなを集めるのに使ったメモだけど、
It's a note that Hiro wrote asking everyone to meet up after the alter ego disappeared.
明らかに筆跡が違うよね。
The handwriting is obviously different, wouldn't you say?
こっちの設計図とさ、
When you compare it to the blueprints.
確かに同一人物のものとは思えないわね。
To be fair, in the realm of possibility, yes, it is possible to fake your own handwriting or change your handwriting over time. Especially if you write in certain structure or texture or anything. You know, if you write it on the ground, you will not have such a neat handwriting. But then again, we're not going to be that complicated. Because we're still high school students after all. There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
筆跡を使い分けただけでしょ。
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
筆跡を使い分けた程度の差には見えんぞ。
No, the difference are bigger than that, I think. and no, actually. You can easily disguise your handwriting, but to be fair, there's no rebuttal, especially against Sakura. Okay, to be fair. True, his brain sounds like an amoeba. Come on, I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
じゃあ苗木は葉隠れは犯人じゃないって言うの？
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Heroes is the culprit?
苗木だけじゃない。俺も同じ考え。
See, we have Byakuya this time on our side. And he's not the only one. I think Heroes is innocent as well. What?
だったらあのジャスティスロボの正体って誰だったの？
Just because you're in a suit does not mean you are the murderer. Although the suspicion is indeed high. Then who was in that Robo Justice suit?
葉隠れが言ったみたいに他の誰かが似たような別の衣装でも着てたってこと？
Akakure, stop making it so difficult! Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in the second suit?
例の不審者の正体か。
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
おい苗木、答えてやれ。
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it is. And of course, he passed off to me.
苗木答えてよ。
So,
あのジャスティスロボの正体って誰なの？
I wanna face bomb so badly. So, who was the Robo Justice suit? Who was in the Robo Justice suit? The Illuminati.
葉隠れ君以外には考えられないよね。
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else could have been.
あの衣装は彼にしか着られないわけだし、結局他の衣装も見つかってないとなると。
I mean, I sometimes used to say I do it as well, mixing cursive and normal script letters. Although it depends on certain words, of course. If you have like a capital H, I will just use script letters. But if I have like an A or sometimes an N, sometimes an M or O, then I suddenly write cursive for certain letters only. The F! That's definitely how I write the office as cursive. It's something like a music note when I write the F. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
間違いないな。あの不審者の正体は葉隠れだろう。
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is prime suspect.
言ってることおかしいじゃん。葉隠れは犯人じゃないって言ったばっかだよ。
That doesn't make any sense. You just said a hero didn't do it.
おかしくなどない。葉隠れは不審者の正体ではあるが、犯人ではないというだけだ。
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he is not the culprit.
ということはまさか。
So what you are saying is...
そう。今回の事件の犯人はあの不審者とは関係ない。
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit. Huh?
いや、メッセージ。
Now that's a bold assumption.
根拠はあるのですか？あの不審者が犯人ではないという根拠は？
What reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
もちろんだ。だがその前に
Of course, but before we get to that,
はっきりさせておかねばならないことがある。まずはそれについて話しておくとしよう。
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
ちょっと、もったいぶらないでよ。
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
物事には順序というものがあるんだ。
All things have a proper order.
それで何なのだ。先にはっきりさせておかねばならぬこととは。
So, what is it? What needs to be clarified?
石丸の死体の運搬方法についてだ。
Ah, I understand. We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body, because you have to bend, and Hiro could not be bending in the Robo Justice suit.
あいつの死体が運搬された際、どうやらあるものが使われたようなのだな。
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
どうだ苗木。お前に答えられるかな？
Makoto, can you tell us what they were? Blue tarp.
これだ。
And we need one more item. Good thing there were like
台車
right
とビ
between
ニ
each
ール
other.
シートだよね。
There were a dolly and a tarp, right? Oh, that's the attitude. So,
一応説明しておくと、
so let's see if I can explain. It's like a researcher that wants research paper, and we have to explain why we did it.
物理準備室から消えた石丸くんの死体が美術倉庫で再発見された時、
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository.
彼の死体はビニールシートにくるまれていたよね。
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
あのビニールシートって物理準備室にあったものと同じものだったんだよ。
It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
犯人は物理準備室から石丸くんの死体を運び出す際、そこにあったビニールシートを使ったんじゃないかな。
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body.
死体の移動中に血痕を残してしまわないようにね。
That way they wouldn't leave any blood stains while they were moving it.
ビニールシートの件はなんとなく分かっていたが、愛車というのは何だ？
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
それはね、
Same thing.
最初に物理準備室で石丸くんの死体が発見された時、そこには確かに台車があったのに。
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
死体が消えた後は台車も一緒になくなってたんだ。
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. And there's tire marks.
その後、美術倉庫で石丸くんの死体が再発見された時には、
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository.
そこには死体と一緒に台車もあったんだ。
So did the dolly.
つまり死体は台車によって運ばれたとおっしゃりたいのですね。
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, right? Am I right?
ですがそれは思い違いではありませんか？
But are you sure you are not mistaken? Huh?
最初に物理準備室で石丸くんの死体を発見した時、本当にそこに台車があったのでしょうか？
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
そもそもあの台車は美術室の彫像などを載せておくためのものですわよね。
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room.
それが物理準備室にあったこと自体が不自然ですわ。
It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
本当は最初から美術倉庫にあったものを移動したと勝手に勘違いしただけではありませんか？
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along and you simply didn't realize it?
言われてしまったな、苗木。さて、どうする？
She raised an objection. How do you respond?
気にしないでください、苗木くん。あなたには誰も期待していませんから。
There's no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. I solved 2 cases. What do you mean that nobody expects a lot from me?
あなたが勘違いキャラだというのは周知の事実なのです。
What is this insult? No, Celeste, did you not realize and participate in the other trials? We did more stalking. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you. Wow, I never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Of course! Reloading. We're gonna add one more ingredient to the reverse sip. Underneath the tempo marker you see your ammo count. Up until now there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy our opponents. Okay, X and I one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you cannot destroy any more statement, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking, you have to press the X button in time with the tempo marker. So the A is the locking, I is shooting, X is reloading. Okay, fever time. Already fighting? That is so early in the trial.
勘違いですわ。賛同できません。おバカさん。痛い人。嘘は通用しません。上等ですわ。
Ah!
ですわね。賛同できません。おバカさん。
Oh.
上等ですわ。勘違いですわ。賛同できません。
I hate this.
痛い人。嘘は通用しません。
Okay, final strike.
賛同できません。
Okay, no, I cannot really say it. I really dislike time battles because I cannot remember what
あ
kind
の
of
台
buttons
車
I
が移
have
動し
to
ている
use.
根拠ならちゃんとあるんだ。
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
僕が美術倉庫で台車を見つけた時、そのタイヤには血痕が付着してたんだけど、
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
それと同じタイヤの跡が物理準備室の血だまりにも残ってたんだ。
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel thread.
きっと犯人が物理準備室から死体を運び出す際に誤って台車のタイヤに血をつけてしまって、
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
それをそのまま美術倉庫まで移動させちゃったんだよ。
That is such a crucial piece of evidence. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository.
これが根拠だ。石丸君の死体運搬に台車が使われたことのね。
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body. that's so. Jeez, does someone really hate me that much?
まあいいだろう。所詮補足の話だ。
Well,
そ
anyway,
ろそろ本題に戻るとするか。
that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back on the main subject.
そうだ、ジャスティスロボが犯人じゃないって話だよ。犯人がジャスティスロボじゃないなら、
The subject of how Robot Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then...
じゃあどんなロボなの？
Oh my god, Ina! I'm crying here! Someone! What kind of robot is it?
朝日
I'm
奈
not
ロ
sure
ボは
that
関
really
係ないと思う
matters.
ぞ。
では話してやろう。例の不審者が事件の犯人ではないという根拠をな。
Even Byakuya is done with it. I'm happy we explained why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
それは石丸の死体運搬の流れを振り返ってみればすぐに見えてくるはずだ。
I'm crying, and it's not even, we're just started. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious. If I look on at how the body was moved, it will be clear why the person in the suit could not have done it. What the... Oh! Makoto! You cannot say that! My brain... Okay, I'm sure it's for the player, but still.
犯人は物理準備室で石
Yeah?
丸を
You
殺
cannot
し
shoot that?
その死体を運んだのだったな。
死体をビニールシートで包んで、それを台車に乗せて運んだんでしょ？
あの台車はとて
Yeah,
も
yeah,
長かっ
yeah.
たはずだ。
でも取っ手なんかなくたって、腰をかがめた体勢になれば
Yeah, I want to shoot this. I shoot.
台車が問題なく押せたはずだよ。
そうやって運んだ先が美術倉庫だったのね。
これで分かっただろ。例の不審者が事件の犯人ではないということだな。
No, hero, you shouldn't say anything else. You just be quiet.
犯人は物理中その死体を運ん
死体をビニールしそれを台車に乗せて運んだんでしょ
Oh wait, my bad. It had to be bent over. Okay, hold on. I'm rendering info right
犯
now.
人は物理中その死体を運ん
死体をビニールしそれを台車に乗せて運ん
あの台車は取っ手がなかった
You had to bend over. My bad.
だって足
Unnecessary.
をかがめた体勢になれば
You cannot bend over in the robot shit. I was a little bit too quick. A little bit too eager.
確かに腰をかがめて姿勢を低くすれば取っ手のない台車でも押せたかもしれない。
You're absolutely right that you could push your dolly without the handle if you stood down low.
あの衣装を着たままでそんな体勢に慣れたのかな。
Makoto Naeki is the god lawyer for him. Lawyer straight from hell. Oh no. A lawyer straight from heaven. If you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into that position like that?
どういう意味
What do you mean?
思い出してみてよ。あの衣装をみんなで確認した時のこと。
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember? I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
あの衣装を着てると足元が見えない上に腰を全く曲げられない。
When you are in the suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
そうだったよね。
Am I right about that?
そういえばそうだった
No, did you mention it? Yeah.
腰を曲げられないとなる取っ手のない台車を押すのが難しそうだな
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
でしたら足で蹴って台車を転がせば
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
足元が全く見えないんだよ。そんな状態で台車を蹴って転がせる。
No. I mean, it is possible to kick the dolly towards the storage room, but you will take an awfully long time because you need to like measure your own strength.
足元見えないんじゃ無理だろ。よくわかんないけど。
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
それにあの動きづらい衣装を着たままでは
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit,
死体をビニールシートで包むといった細かい作業ができたのかも疑問だな
it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp. Ah, that's definitely true, I admit that.
死体を運ぶ時だけその衣装を脱げばいいって話じゃないの
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body? No. You just cannot.
死体運搬の時だけ衣装を脱いだとは考えられないよ。だってさ、
I don't think taking off the suit was an option, if you remember. There was something of a clip back in his... I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid frigid thing. There's a clasp on the back that's just keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
あの衣装は自力では着脱できなかったのだな
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
本当に自力で脱げなかったの科学での嘘じゃなくて
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? You wasn't just making it a
嘘なんかじゃねえって
Of course I wasn't making it up.
自力で脱げるんだったらあんな格好のままみんなの前に現れたりしないよ。
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Yeah!
そんなの自分から疑ってくれって
いや
言ってるようなもんだし。
Yeah, I guess that's how you taught in English, but I have like my own. Oh wait, showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect him. Yeah, that's right.
じゃあ本当なの？ジャスティスロボが台車を動かせなかったのって。
Hero, Asina. So it's really, really true that your robot justice couldn't have moved the dolly.
つまり台車で死体を運んだ犯人はジャスティスロボを着ていた葉隠れではないのだな。
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit. Correct?
いえ、ちょっと待ってください。お忘れですか？私が撮影した画像のこと。
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture I took?
皆さんもご覧になったでしょう？山田くんが不審者によって連れ去られているところを。
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of HIFUMI being dragged away by Robo Justice.
あの不審者が犯人ではないのなら、あれは一体何だったのです？
If whoever was in the suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
それに、殺された山田くんだって証言していたではないですか。
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased HIFUMI said? How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
その事実がある限り、結論は揺るがないはずです。
So long as this fact exists, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
犯人は例の不審者。つまり、葉隠れくんで間違いありませんわ。
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, not, without a doubt.
そうだよね。やっぱそうだよね。
You know the computing rendering of Asahine info is like still busy as F. Like, come on, you got just the fact right that he cannot bend over and get Taka's body all over to the art storage room. And don't forget, his suit was totally not made to like only wear, not to get out of it.
待って。
Oh, I'm not even going to say his line.
結論を出すのはまだ早いわ。
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
それに決めるのはいつでもできる。
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
その前に他の可能性を話し合ってみるくらいはしておいた方がいいんじゃない？
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
一つの視点にとらわれるより様々な視点から見た方が真実に近づける場合もあるはずよ。
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
だが具体的にはどうすればいい？
But where do we go from here?
一連の事件を最初から振り返ってみましょう。そこから新しい事実が見えてくるかもしれないわ。
Let's review the series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something anew.
めんどくせ
What a pain in the ass!
だが我らの命がかかっているのだ。多少の面倒は仕方あるまい。
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
それに事件が起きた時にいなかったキリギリちゃんへの説明も兼ねるんだしさ。
Plus, we will get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
ではもう一度最初から事件を振り返ってみるか。
Alright, let's take another look back at what happened.
まずは今朝のことから始めるぞ。
I suppose we could start with this morning.
今朝食堂に集まったのは我と苗木と朝日奈とキリギリの4人だけだ。
Four of us gathered together in the dining room hall. Hina, Makoto, Kyoko, and myself.
いくら待っても他の者が来ないので、我らはその連中の捜索を開始することにしたんだ。
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone.
それが8時頃のことだったな。
That was around 8 a.m.
そこで手分けした直後からギリギリちゃんがいなくなっちゃったんだよね。
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
その後、朝比奈は3階の娯楽室でセレスを見つけ、慌てて苗木や我を集めたのだ。
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
私は不審者に襲われてから1時間ほど気を失っていたようです。
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
つまり私が襲われたのは皆さんに発見される1時間ほど前、7時過ぎですわ。
It's so confusing because everyone has a different time and you need to get everything straight. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
その際、セレスが撮った画像により、その不審者が妙なコスプレをしていることが分かった。
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant has been wearing a strange costume.
ジャスティスロボだったな。
It was Robo Justice.
しかもそのジャスティスロボに山田が連れ去られているという事実も判明したのだ。
It also soon became clear that the same Robo Justice has adopted HIFUMI.
不審者の捜索を始めた我らは川や野上と合流し、その後2階の図書室で傷を負った山田を発見した。
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then we went to find HIFUMI in the library.
我らは傷ついた山田を1階の保健室に連れて行き、再び不審者の捜索を再開したんだ。
He was injured, so we took him to the nurse office and resumed our search for the suspect.
そして保健室から出た直後、
But not long after leaving the nurse office. What's wrong? I saw a shadow! Something around the top of the stairs!
セレスさんの目撃証言を聞いた僕らは手分けして2階を捜索することになったんだ。
Yeah, and then Celeste told us that. We decided to split up and reach for the second floor.
そしたらその直後、
And soon after that,
今度は3階で不審者の姿を見たのです。
I saw
すぐに大声を上げて皆さんに知らせました。
someone moving around on the third floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as it did. Celeste! What's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... I'm not going to say the scream. Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been... HIFUMI! He's in the nurse office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
そこで僕らから誰かに別れることになったんだ。
Yeah, in the nurse office he was dead. At that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups.
僕とセレスさんと朝比奈さんは1階の保健室に戻り、
Celeste, Hina and I went back to the nurse office.
大神さんと戸上君と深川さんが3階で不審者を追ったんだ。
While Sakura, Byakuya and Toko chased after the suspect.
そして僕は戻った保健室で山田君の死体を発見して、
When we got back to the nurse office, we found Hifumi dead.
そこで死体発見アナウンスが流れるのを聞いたんだ。
And then when we heard the body discovery announcement,
そのことを伝えるためセレスさんと朝比奈さんを残して僕は再び3階へと戻った。
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
だがその時我らは3階の物理準備室で石丸の死体を発見したところだった。
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
山田と石丸の死体が発見されたのはほぼ同時だったはずだ。
We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time.
我も石丸の死体を発見した直後あのアナウンスが流れるのを聞いたからな。
Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
そこで僕は大神さんと戸上君に山田君が殺されていたことを伝えたんだ。
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi.
そして僕たち3人は一緒に保健室に向かうことになったんだよ。
Then the three of us headed for the nurse office.
だけど物理室を出た直後
But right after we left the physics lab,
遅れてやってきたセレスさんから僕らは驚くべき話を聞くことになったんだ。
we ran into Celeste, who arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising. Hifumi's body has disappeared.
急いで戻った保健室にはもう山田君の死体はなかった。
We rushed back to the nurse office and saw that she was right.
直後気絶した深川を置き去りにしたことを思い出し我らは再び物理準備室へと戻ったのだが
Then we remember we left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we heard back again. Hello, welcome to the stream. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something?
今度は石丸の死体も消えてしまったのだ。
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body is also missing.
我らはすぐに消えた2人の死体の捜索に取り掛かっ
The next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies.
た。そして
Yeah,
しばら
that's
く
a
す
moment.
ると
And after some time,
セレスから死体を見つけたと聞いた俺たちは美術倉庫へと向かったんだ。
Celeste informed us that she found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository,
そこで消えていた2つの死体を再発見したんだ。
which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
これが一連の事件の流れだよ。
I think that's about covered it.
なるほど。かなり複雑な事件みたいね。
I see, the whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
これらを一連の連続した事件として考えても拉致が開かなそうだわ。
Certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
だったらどうするの？
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
連続した事件としてじゃなくてそれぞれを別々の事件として考えてみるのよ。
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
そしてそこからこの事件の矛盾点を見つけ出すのよ。
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
早速始めましょう。まずは石丸くんの事件からよ。
Now then, let's get started. Beginning with what happened to Taka. The contradiction hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. Ah, I heard the music. I heard the music. Monokumafa, okay.
そもそも石丸くんが殺されたのは山田くんより先だったのかしら。それとも後だったのかしら。2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。石丸の方が後だよ。
なぜそう思うのだ。
ジャスティスハンマーの順番だよ。
確か山田が3号のハンマーで殺され、石丸が4号のハンマーで殺されたんだったな。
I see.
明らかに石丸の方が後じゃん。
Yeah, the Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Oh.
そもそも石丸君が殺されたのは山田君より先だったのかしら、それとも後だったのかしら。
2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。石丸の方が後だよ。
No, Taka came first.
なぜそう思う
I
のだ。
think.
ジャスティスハンマーの順番だよ。
確か山田が3号のハンマーで殺され、石丸が4号の。
ほら、明らかに石丸
No,
の方が
we
後
need
じゃん。
to have a second one. Yeah, there we go. We got a true builders here. We got a similar weapon. Justice Hammer 4 is bigger than Justice Hammer 3, but they're still the same size. So that cannot be the real reason, or the number at least. We should not look at the numbers.
そもそも石丸山田君よりそれとも後。2人の殺された順番なんて決まってる。石丸の方が後だよ。
なぜそう思うのだ。
ジャスティスハンマーの順番だよ。
Oh wait. I mean, but the problem is like both of them are the same.
山田君より先だったのかしら、それとも後だ。
2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。
Now I'm just guessing. I'm sorry.
そもそも石丸君が殺された山田君よりそれとも後だ。
2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。石丸の方が後だよ。
なぜそう思うのだ。
ジャスティスハンマーの順番だよ。
確か山田が3号のハンマーで殺す、石丸が4号のハンマーで殺された。
ほら、明らかに石丸の方
Oh,
が後じゃん。
I forgot about that. Oh my god, I forgot about that technique. Hold on. Let's see. What we had? We had what order? We had. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. I'm sorry, it's sometimes so hard to
石
say.
丸君山田君よりそれとも後。2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。石丸の方が後だ
Numbers
よ。
does not make sense. It doesn't make matter.
ジャスティスハンマーの順番だよ。
確か山田が3号のハンマーで殺され、石丸が4号のハンマーで殺されたんだったな。
There's two things I can
明らか
take,
に石丸の方
but
が
it's
後じ
really
ゃん。
risky. I mean, we had like a spotless hammer. We had a pure hammer wall. It does not have a number, but what order? Well, we have like two shots in here. We either are going down right now or we know.
そもそも石丸君が山田君より先だ。それとも後だったのかしら。2人の殺された順番なんて決まってるよ。
There we go. I guess on that. I'm sorry, I just had no idea like how to deal with this.
いや、ジャスティスハンマーの順番が殺された順番とは限らないはずだよ。
Hold on, there's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. Yeah, I wanted to try to say that, but there's no way I can. I know I need to say.
それ自体が犯人の偽装工作だと考えられるんじゃないかな。
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
あのジャスティスハンマーの番号が犯人の偽装工作ということは、
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in the order.
実際に殺された順番は石丸が先で山田が後だったということか。
But in reality, Taka was killed before HIFUMI.
だったらその根拠を示してもらおう。
Okay then, let's see the proof. The evidence that proves Taka was killed before HIFUMI. There's something that relates what time he must have died. Oh yeah, the clock! He has the clock! It says at 6 AM. But when he got struck, it was stuck between 6 AM. Okay, I really dislike this one. Time clock. What word is it? Oh my god. Oh, wrist watch, I believe. Wrist is an I. Wrist. W. Where's my W? What? Oh. Okay, now we need to T. Oh no, H. We need to H. Wrist watch. I mean, it was either clock or time. I totally forgot about the wristwatch. Wrist. Ah, come on.
そうだ、殺された石丸くんの腕時計だよ。
I got it. Taka's wristwatch.
ほら、針が6時過ぎを指した状態で壊れちゃってるでしょ。
See, look, it broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
おそらく犯人に襲われた際に壊れたんでしょう。
It must have
だ
got
って昨日の晩見た時
it must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer because of us last night. Hey, you! How long were you keep us waiting? His irritated voice pierced the air as he started pointing at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all little boys and girls.
しかも昨日の夜の時点で壊れていなかったとなると彼が襲われたのは今朝の6時過ぎで間違いないわ。
So, if it wasn't broken after 6 of last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
つまり石丸くんはその時刻に殺されたんだよ。
And that would be his official time of death.
だが朝の6時過ぎとなる。山田が殺されたのよりずっと前だな。
But if that's true, then he was killed well before HIFUMI.
それに最初にセレスさんが襲われた朝の7時過ぎよりもね。
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
そう石丸くんの殺害はどの事件よりも早く起きていたのよ。
That's right, Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
それを僕たちは勘違いしてたんだ。
That simple fact surpassed all of us.
あのジャスティスハンマーのせいで事件が起きた順番を誤認していたんだよ。
We made the wrong assumption about the order of the event, all just because of those justice hammers.
犯人がわざわざ凶器に番号を振ったのも凶器を徐々に大きくしていったのも
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and then increased them in size.
事件がハンマーの番号通りに行われていると誤認させるためだったというわけだ。
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we easily made that wrong assumption.
しかも石丸くんの殺害時刻が朝6時過ぎだとすると彼の殺害時には全員のアリバイが適用されなくなるわ。
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out of the window.
だって彼の事件が起きたのは私たちが食堂で合流するより前ってことになるんだから。
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
確かに石丸の殺人に関してはそうかもしれんが。
That might be true in the case of Taka's murder.
だが山田が殺された時は我ら全員にアリバイがあったはずだぞ。
But all of our alibis still hold true for HIFUMI's death.
そっか、確か山田が殺された時って
That's right. The thing at least, we're all safe. Yeah. Huh? What was that? They came from those stairs. It must have been HIFUMI. He's in the nurse's office. It's bad. Come on, we have to go back.
保健室から山田の悲鳴が聞こえた時、葉隠れとキリギリちゃん以外は全員一緒にいたんだよね。
When we heard HIFUMI screaming, we all are together, except for Hiro and Kyoko.
その後、みんなで保健室に駆けつけたところで山田の死体を発見したんだよ。
When we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's when we found his body.
本当だ、アリバイがある。
Now that's totally true. We're all in the clear.
わかった。悲鳴をラジカセに取っておいて それを時間差で流したんだべ。
Oh, I know. They must have recorded them screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
ラジカセなんてどこにあんの？
If that's true, where's the tape?
知らん。
I don't know.
適当なこと言わないでよ。
Dude, don't just go making stuff up.
ともかく山田の悲鳴が聞こえた時は我らには明確なアリバイがある。
Anyway, we all have rock solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
つまりあの場にいた我らには山田の殺人は不可能だったということになる。
Since all of us were together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
不可能なのは山田君の殺害に限ったことではありません。
And it does not stop
そ
here.
の後の死体消失の件もそうですわ。
There was also the moment when we discovered his body has disappeared.
保健室から山田君の死体が消えた時、
When his body vanished from the nurse's office. Yeah.
私と朝比奈さんは一緒にトイレにいましたし、他の皆さんは物理準備室にいらしたのですよね。
Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. Correct?
それに物理準備室から石丸くんの死体が消えた時もそうですわ。
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
あの時私たちは山田くんの死体消失の件で全員保健室に集まっていたのです。
At that time, we all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
私だけはずーっと物理準備室でまたギューだったけどね。
Now don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
じゃあジェノサイダーなら石丸っちの死体を運び出せたんじゃねえか。
Wait, but what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
石丸の死体運搬が可能でも保健室にあった山田の死体運搬は不可能だ。
Even if she could pull that up, there's no way she could have done with the same with Hifumi's body.
山田の死体がなくなった時もそいつは物理準備室で倒れていたはずだからな。
Because as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
どっちもやってませんけどね。
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyways. I mean, it's too obvious, right? The ultimate fiend.
つまり山田くんの殺害もその後の2人の死体消失も私たちには不可能だったのです。
In other words, it's impossible that any of us could kill Hifumi or moved either of his bodies.
逆にそれらが可能だったのは姿を消していた葉隠くんかキリギリさんだけですわ。
Other than that, Hira and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
キリギリさん、どうする？
So, what now, Kyoko?
このまま誰がやったかを話し合っていても話が堂々巡りするだけのようね。
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll all just keep going around in circles.
だから誰がじゃなくてどうやってで考えてみましょうか。
And so instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
特に山田くんの死体運搬については話し合う必要がありそうだし。
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved. Yeah, how did he actually move? I mean, he's kinda pretty heavy to actually carry all around.
いくら調べても彼の死体を運んだ方法だけはわからなかったんだ。
That's true, we searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
しかもセレスさんの証言によると、
And according to what Celeste said, we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two though. So then the killer was able to get in a movie from his body in that short amount of time. It would seem so.
彼の死体はセレスさんと朝比奈さんが目を離したほんの1分程度の間に消えたらしいけど。
His body apparently disappeared in 1 minute. Her and Hina took their eyes off it.
でもそんな短い時間であの巨体を1階の保健室から3階の美術倉庫に運ぶなんて。
But to carry that much weight from the first to the third floor in that amount of time?
どう考えても不可能だべ。
Oh man, yeah, there's no way it'd be impossible.
その不可能を可能にする方法があると言ったら
Well, if, I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible.
どんな方法？
How?
死体自身に移動してもらえばいいんだ。
I like this music as well. This is such a good mission. Yeah, I know this is one when you have the closing arguments. When you select everything. If the dead body were to move itself. Huh?
死体が勝手に動いたってこと？
The dead body moved on its own?
幽霊か？
I mean, to be fair, yeah, Sakura has. I mean, she is able to move Hifumi, but she was with Byakuya seeing Taka, or like a hunting party right there. Not like you guys.
オカルト話がしたいわけじゃないだろう。そこの女が言っているのは
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she is implying is.
死んだと思われていた山田が実は生きていた可能性があるということだ。
We thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
生きてた？
Yeah, fair. He was alive?
山田
Yeah,
は
Arknight
保健
is
室から
like-
運ばれたわけではなく
I mean-
自らの足で動いたというの。
I mean, at the point where I thought the suspense was over, they added, most of the time when I just finished reading Arknights, it's like, oh damn, this is such a good closing intro. No, let me add more, and then there's suspense, and I'm like breathing to death after reading it, and I'm like, oh wait, we also have like, you know, the Great Escape, for example, with Thorn's Altar, for example, when he came back, you know, being a hero and all. Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse office, but simply walked out on his own? She is like, what the F?
じゃあ私たちが保健室で見つけた山田の死体って何だったの？
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
そんなことありえませんわ。
That it isn't possible. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Oh, I skipped accidentally. Hold on. I pressed the wrong button.
最初に保健室で見つ
Okay,
け
I
た
have
時
to.
には
We're going to after that.
生きていた可能性があるということか。
いいえ、そんなはずありません。あの時の山田君は間違いなく死んでいましたよ。
Without
ど
a
う
doubt.
して断言できるの？
あなたの死体発見アナウンスを聞いたでしょう。あれは山田君の死体を発見したからこそ流されたアナウンスのはずですわよ。
本当にそうかしら。
Even I think she already
別
knows.
の誰かの死体に対するアナウンスだったのかも。
Someone else's discovery. Okay, here. Okay, we're a little bit too early. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Okay, let's read it here. There's a chance he was actually still alive. Okay, I think we need to get this. He was actually still alive. No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt. I mean, yeah. You know that how? You heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that's what the announcement was made. Are you really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended someone else's discovery. I think we need to collect this, someone else's discovery. HIFUMI's. I think. Okay, I'm going to drink it. Hold on. I have like a really best. I don't have that much HP. Someone else's discovery on that body has been found. I mean, it is HIFUMI's dead body has been found. I mean, we have the broken wristwatch. I think someone else's discovery together with body has been found because the yeah, this is not when TAKA was found. I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But HIFUMI and TAKA's body were discovered at almost exactly the same time. Because we had it twice.
最初に保健室で見つけた時の山田は
But we don't have many
生きていた可能性があるということか。
いいえ、そんなはずありません。あの時の山田君は間違いなく死んでいましたわ。
どうして断言できるの？
あなたも死体発見アナウンスを聞いたでしょう。あれは山田君の死体を発見したからこそ流されたアナウンスのはずですわよ。
本当にそうかしら。別の誰かの死体に対するアナウンスだ
最初に保健室で見つけた時の山田は生きていた可能性があるということか。
いいえ、そんな
I
はず
mean,
ありません。
agreeing with someone
あの
is
時の山田
not
君
in
は
this
間違いなく死んでい
particular
ましたわ。
season.
どうして断言できるの？
あなたも死体発見アナウンスを聞いたでしょう。あれは山田君の死体を発見したからこそ。
There we go.
あの時の死体発見アナウンスって山田君の死体を発見したせいで流れたものなのかな。
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for HIFUMI?
当然ですわ。だって山田君の死体を発見した直後にあのアナウンスを聞いたのですよ。
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
でもそれは石丸君の死体を発見した人たちも同じだったはずだよ。
Maybe, but that was also the same time that TAKA's body was been found.
その通りだ。俺たちは石丸の死体を発見した直後にあのアナウンスを聞いている。
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
つまり僕たちは勘違いしてたんじゃないかな。
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere.
石丸君の死体発見アナウンスは山田君の死体発見アナウンスだとさ。
I think we confused whenever the announcement was for HIFUMI or TAKA.
そもそも死体が2つ見つかったのであればアナウンスも2回流れるはずだ。
First of all, if two bodies has been found, there really should have been two announcements.
モノクマが横着して1回にまとめただけかもしれませんわ。
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
その点に関してはどうなんだ。
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comments?
とってもセンシティブな問題だから詳しいことは言えないんだけど。
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, but so I can't go into much detail.
そもそも死体発見アナウンスってのはね。
But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that
3人以上の人間がその死体を最初に発見した時だけ流れるのです。
it's only when broadcastmen 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time. It says for dead body for the first time. So when we go again, someone died for the first time again.
答えなくない。
That
俺らは大ごちゃけしたかどうか聞いてる。
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
いや今ので十分だ。
No. Actually, there was plenty.
死体を最初に発見した時だけ流れるということは
He said only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means Taka died because, yeah, 3 people found Taka's body. And yeah, remember his wristwatch? It said 6 a.m. And when we say HIFUMI, it also played that announcement. But there was only one announcement. When HIFUMI died again in the art, or we found him again in the art room, we heard the announcement again from announcement for HIFUMI, because there is already once played for Taka. And he is the one who first died. He was confirmed immediately dead. So basically HIFUMI died second. And we already established that Taka died first, HIFUMI died later. But I'm pretty sure we still need to know which one is the murder weapon for HIFUMI. But that will make it more clear.
同じ死体を何度発見しようとも死体発見アナウンスは流れないということだね。
If we find the same body again later, he will make the announcement again. Yeah, because we saw Taka again in the art room, but it was not played for him.
だとするとあの時の死体発見アナウンスはどうして流れたんだろう
If
な。
that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on? Because someone died again for the first time. Yeah.
あの時って
Huh? Later on.
僕たちは今回の一連の事件で2回の死体発見アナウンスを聞いているはずだよ。
Exactly, we heard the doctor discovery announcement twice. The second body discovery announcement. The first time it was placed when we found each body in the nurse office and the equipment room. And the second time is when we found... Yeah, thank you for giving me
2
some
回目の死
history.
体発見アナウンスを聞いたのは美術倉庫で2人の死体を再発見した時だよ。
We heard the second time in the body in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
あの時はアナウンスにまで気が回らなかったけど、これってモノクマの言葉と矛盾してるよね。
Yeah, why would it actually sound twice? It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
死体を最初に発見した時だけ流れるのなら死体を再発見した時に流れるはずがない。
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have been played.
やっぱりそうなんだよ。
Then in reality,
僕らが2人の死体を再発見した時、どちらか片方の死体は
when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually
実は初めて発見された状態だったんだよ。
being discovered for the first time.
つ
Correct.
まり最初に保健室で発見された時の山田はまだ死んではおらず
So when we found HIFUMI for the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
我らが本当の意味であいつの死体を発見したのは美術倉庫の時だったということか。
Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
だけどそれだけじゃないんだ。
And that's just part of it.
保健室の山田君が生きていたと考えられる根拠は他にも存在するんだよ。
There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
その根拠私にはわかるよ。
Oh, I know!
あいつは死んだふりが上手だったからそれで決まり。
Because he was super good at playing that! Bada bing, bada boom! To be fair, I will be not surprised.
その程度のことは根拠とは呼びません。
That is the worst logic I ever heard.
やはり彼が生きていた根拠なんて存在するとは思えませんわ。
But honestly, I do not think there was anything that can prove he was still alive.
だったらもう一度山田君の死体の状況について振り返ってみましょう。
Okay, then let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
そうすればはっきりするはずよ。彼が生きていたかどうか。
Then it should become clear whenever he was really alive or not.
無駄だと思いますが、
This whole thing is pointless. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Oh yeah, Hifumi's glasses were so clean at the end before he died.
最初に山田の死体を見つけたのは保健室だったよね。でも私とセレスちゃんがトイレに行ってる間に死体は消えちゃったんだよ。
そして次にその死体が発見されたのは美術倉庫だったな。
移動前の彼の死体と移動後の彼の死体、体勢が変わった以外に特に違いはありませんでした。
Yeah, Hifumi's glasses were definitely
本
different.
当にあいつは生きていたの？
ありえません。バカバカしいですわ。
This is ridiculous. When Hifumi's body was found again in the nurse office and then again in a repository. Oh. There was definitely some sort of conflict in there.
最初に山田の死体を見つけたのは
Oh
保健
wait.
室だったよね。でも私とセレス死体は消えちゃったんだよ。
そして次に美術倉庫、移動前の彼の死体と移動後の彼の死体、体勢が変わった以外に特に違いはありませんでしたわ。
There we go. Oh damn! Really? Can I really read
保
the
健室
vital
の山田
waves?
君と
That
美
is
術倉庫の
interesting.
山田君、
To be fair,
そこには
definitely
明らか
needed
な
to
違いがあっ
know.
たはずだよ。
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse office and the repository.
山田君のメガネだよ。
His glasses.
そしてそれが根拠になるはずなんだ。保健室の山田君が死んだふりをしてたことのね。
The fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
詳しい話を聞かせてもらいましょうか。
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of this in.
最初に保健室で山田君の死体を見つけた時、彼のメガネは血で汚れてたんだけど、
When we found Hifumi's in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood.
美術倉庫で死体を再発見した時には
But then we found him again later in a repository.
山田君のメガネは綺麗になってたんだよ。
They were spotless.
しかもメガネの血を拭いたと思われるものも保健室のゴミ箱から見つかったんだ。
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was this glasses cleaning cloth.
保健室のゴミ箱から見つかったのはキャラクターもののメガネ拭きだよ。
It was the glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot.
ここに付着した血痕を見てもらえばわかるでしょ。
One look at the bloodstain at the cloth should make things clear.
山田君のメガネの血がこのメガネ拭きで拭かれたってことがさ。
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean.
しかもこのメガネ拭きのキャラクターってあのデジカメと同じだよね。
And the mascot on the cloth has the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
山田君が持ち込んだデジカメとさ。
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's? Of course.
下道天使もちもちプリンセスのプリンセスブーコだったよね。
The character was Princess Piglet from Demon Angel Pretty Petty Princess, I think.
こんなメガネ拭きを持ってたのって山田君以外にはいないと思うんだけど。
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
この中でメガネをかけているのは
I see your point, and the only people who wear glasses are...
俺はそんな安物は使わん
I wouldn't be caught that using a tacky piece of garbage like that. No, not triple P. Not the triple P's. I'm eating a pea.
私のメガネ拭きはティッシュで十分よ。
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
だとすると間違いないよ。
Then
こ
there's
の
no
メガネ拭きは山田君のものだったんだ。
then there's no question it. Belong to Hifumi.
つまりどういうことだって
So you're saying what exactly?
つまり山田君のメガネについてと違う彼のメガネ拭きで拭かれてたってことだよ。
And what I'm saying is the blood on his glasses were wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
だからといって彼が自分でメガネの血を拭いたとは限りませんわ。
Even if that's true, it does not mean he wiped the blood of himself.
でもさ、メガネをきれいにして得するのってそのメガネをかけてる本人以外には考えられないよね。
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner? I mean, I like trinkets. Maybe that can be a valid point.
それもそう
Okay, to be fair, we're kind of in serious trouble right now, so I can understand.
ってことはやっぱり山田っち自身が
Then it must have been him, right?
だとすると保健室で見つかった時の山田君はまだ生きていたということになる。
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's room.
そこで死んだふりをしていた彼はメガネに付着した血をメガネ拭きで拭き取った後
He pretends to be dead. When he is alone, he wipes his glasses clean, so he can see.
自らの足で保健室から出て行ったんじゃないかしら。
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
どう？それなら可能でしょう。
And with that,
のように思えた彼の死体音感。
no, I don't have glasses. Maybe if I'm going to drive around the car, I would maybe drive with sunglasses on. But more than that, I will not. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, would you say?
でもさ、保健室にいた時のあいつが死んだふりをしてただけなら
But then, if he's just pretending to be dead,
じゃああの血って何だったの？絵の具かなんかってこと？
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something? No, there was a...
保健室の冷蔵庫に輸血用の血液が保管されていたわ。
The fresh in the nurse...
それを使ったんでしょう。
The fresh in the nurse's office contained packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
きっと死んだふりをするとき大げさに血をぶちまけすぎちまったんじゃね？
He figured if he's gonna be dead, he should have go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
そんで後でメガネを拭く羽目になったのよ。ひふみんたらおまぬけさんね。
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
それに山田君が生きていたとすると石丸君の死体消失の件にも説明がつくわ。
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
誰が彼の死体を運んだかそれがはっきりするはずよ。
It should be perfectly obvious who had moved Taka's corpse. The one who moved Taka's corpse was Taka himself. You wish, man. Hold on, I have to set the lights on. It's getting dark here. go. I'm back. It could only have been Hifumi. There's my headset. There we go.
俺たちが保健室に集まっている隙に物理準備室から石丸の死体を運び出したのか。
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
そうなると美術倉庫に鍵がかかってた件にも説明がつけられそうだね。
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
美術倉庫の鍵？
The door was locked?
二人の死体が消えちゃった後、みんなで死体の捜索をすることになったでしょ。
True, true. Honestly, if I could, I'm going to change the end part of my real hair. I'm willing to change the bottom part of my hair into a different color. I'm not going to be going so far. After the body disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
その時、私とさくらちゃんは真っ先に美術室を調べに行ったんだけど。
So me and Sakura headed for the repository.
そうしたらね、美術倉庫の鍵が閉まってたんだ。
But when we got there, the door was locked.
しかも美術倉庫のドアの鍵が倉庫側からしかかけられない作りになってるんだ。
And the repository door can only be unlocked from the inside.
つまり朝比奈さんたちが美術倉庫に行った時、その中にも誰か人がいたはずなんだ。
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
それが石丸の死体を運んだ直後の山田だったということか。
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
彼が死んだふりをすることでみんなを欺き、その隙に石丸くんの死体を美術倉庫まで運んだのよ。
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
つまり山田くんは単なる被害者じゃなく加害者として事件に関与していたのよ。
So Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case, he was one of the assailants. But
まさか被害者の山田が事件に関与していたとは。
that means he took part in the murders.
そんな、信じらんないよ。
I can't just believe it.
信じられないならもう一つの根拠を見せてあげましょうか。
If you're having trouble, wouldn't you like me to show one more piece of evidence?
まだあんのか？
There's more?
山田くんが事件に関与していたことを示す最大の根拠が残っているわ。
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing his involvement has yet to be revealed.
苗木くんは分かっているわよね。彼が被害者の
Oh
石丸
my
くん
god, I remember the piece of paper.
これだ。
Yeah, healing my
お兄さん
heart.
が言ってるのって山田くんが隠し持ってたメモのことだよね。
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
隠し持ってた？
A hidden note?
死んだ山田くんがパンツの中に隠し持ってたんだ。
That's right. We found it stuffed into his pants. In his
あいつの？
pants?
パンツに？
Pants?
パンツか。
Yes, his pants.
パンツは置いといてさ、メモの中身を見てくれるかな。
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Now take a look what the note says. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
あ、俺が言ってたメモってこれだべ。俺はこのメモで呼び出され。
Oh, that was note I was telling you about, the one that told me where to go.
って、
Ah.
微妙に違うな。確か俺が受け取ったメモだと
This one is a little different. In my note, it said,
モノコマに感づかれるとまずいからみんなに内緒で深夜1時に娯楽室に集合って。
let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
そうなんだ。このメモは葉隠れ君が受け取ったのとは全く別のものなんだ。
Then this note isn't the same one Hero got.
全く別？
Not the same. I mean, it says like 6 a.m. in the repository room. Of course, it's not the same hero. I want the scrimmage. I just want the bunker rat for real.
つまり葉隠れ君と同じように犯人に呼び出された人物がもう一人いたんだよ。
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hero.
犯人に呼び出されたもう一人の人物。おそらくその人物は
Wait, hold on. What did it say? I wasn't paying attention too much. Oh, well, the only obvious answer for so.
石丸君だよ。
And what was the yeah, another person besides Hero. Okay, we got not HIFUMI's pants.
このメモで犯人に呼び出されたのは殺された石丸君だったんだよ。
The killer used this note to draw Taka and murder him. Objection, objection.
よくわかんねえけど、そのメモってヒフミンが持ってたんでしょ？
Crying here. He has a piece of Taka has a piece of paper. Taka has a piece of paper.
だからそのメモで呼び出されたのもヒヨタンじゃなくてヒフミンだろうがよ。
Also, whoever wrote the message on TikTok, they were trying out Huffy.
ヒヨタンが石丸でヒフミンが山田だよね。
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is HIFUMI, right?
誰目だろうがいちいち解説すんな。
Oh yeah, why you must root every time? Man, Genocide Jack is serious as carry, but still. I can't let her get to me. Oh well, a reboot of time. The piece of torn paper, please. No, we got anything here. Oh wait, yeah.
そのメモはヒフミンが持っ
Of
てたん
course,
でし
the
ょ？
book of witchcraft is 6
じゃあ
a.m.
そのメモで呼び出されたのも当然ヒフミンだろう
Oh,
がよ。
this is funny.
そのメモの内容をよく思い出した。メモにあった集合時間は何時だったかしら。
早朝6時だ。
何時に呼び出されてようが。
I'm just shooting the
そ
next.
んなにキュータンとは関係ねえだろうが。
Yeah, I have to shoot the last one. It's so obvious. The time on the note says 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up.
そのメモはヒフミンが。じゃあそのメモでよ。当然ヒフミンだろうがよ。そのメモの内容をよくメモにあったし。
早朝6時。
何時に呼び出されてようが。
Okay, let's
そ
just
ん
go
な
to
に
the.
キュータンとは関係ねえだろうが。
Okay, we got the time. We got the time. Ah, that's so stressful.
いや、関係あるはずだよ。
No, there's absolutely a connection.
ああ、何を抜かすか怖っバグ。
What the hell are you talking about?
このメモの呼び出し時間は早朝6時。それって石丸君が殺された時間と一緒なんだ。
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which was the same time Taka was murdered.
この腕時計が示している通りね。
We already proven that using his wristwatch. Watch.
それだけじゃないよ。このメモの集合場所は
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet.
物理準備室に集合ってあるでしょ。
The equipment room, right?
そうか。石丸が殺されていたのも
Which is where
物理準備室だったな。
which is where Taka was killed. I see.
つまり石丸君はこのメモで指定された時間帯の指定された場所で殺されてたんだよ。
So Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the notes.
これって十分な根拠って言えるんじゃない？
I think that should be
この
plenty.
メモで呼び出されたのが石丸君ってことのさ。
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
なるほど、そういうことなら。
Well, when you put it like that. No further objections. I mean, at least she admits her mistake, unlike Asahina.
じゃあ石丸っちは俺と同じようにそのメモで騙されたんだな。
Then someone used that note to trick Taka, just like the same as me.
極悪非道で血も涙もない冷血無比な犯人だべ。外が見えるなんて言葉で人を騙しやがって。
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
でもさ、どうして山田は石丸に渡されたメモなんか持ってたの？
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuff down his pants, no less.
それはきっと山田君が死んだ石丸君から奪い取ったからだよ。
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
奪い取った？
He stole it?
その根拠は何だ？言ってみろ。
Where is your proof? Go ahead, you show us. I mean, this one is an easy one. We're taking the torn piece of paper. Yeah, there we go.
死んだ石丸君の手には小さな紙切れが握られてたんだけどさ。
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
僕の考えに間違いがないならこの紙切れの切り口は
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is...
思った通りだ。山田君が隠し持ってたメモと一致したよ。
Yeah, if they dispose of it, then we're kinda in real trouble. But we at least did determine that Yasuhiro is not the killer.
じゃあ石丸が握ってた小さな紙切れと山田が隠し持って
If
た
they
メモって
indeed dispose it properly, like in a fire or something, like how they did it in the first trial, then we kinda came over. That Taka's crap and Hifumi's note.
元は同じ一枚の紙だったんだよ。
They are from the same piece of paper.
石丸くんに渡されたはずのメモを山田くんが持っていた。その石丸くんの手にはメモの切れ端だけが残されていた。
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
この状況に説明をつけられる可能性
That's the
は
only
一つしかないはずよ。
that's the only way to explain it.
石丸はメモを握りしめたまま死んだ。山田はそのメモを石丸の手から奪い取ろうとし
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
その際破れた紙の切れ端だけが
leaving o-
石丸の手の中に残ってしまった。
leaving behind only one small scrap.
そういうことか。
Did I get it all that right?
だとすると山田はそのメモが重要な証拠だと知っていたことになるな。
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
それが根拠になるのだ。
え
山田くんが事件に関与していたことに。
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
なるほど。
Wow.
これだけの材料が揃えば間違いないべ。山田っちは今回の事件に深く関与しとったんだ。
He's really comedy relief. Yeah, after all seeing this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. Yeah, people die when they are killed. Obvious.
というか
In fact,
犯人は山田っちだべ。実はあいつは今も生きてるんだべ。
is there like a face palming sound somewhere? I wish to click on it. He was behind the whole thing. In fact, he is still alive.
いやそれはないよ。
Sorry, no. The second,
美術倉庫で見つけた山田君は確かに死んでたはずだよ。
when we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
あの時流れた2回目の死体発見アナウンスがそれを物語ってるし。
The second body discovery announcement proved that.
じゃあ山田は誰に殺されちゃったの？
So then, who killed Hifumi?
真犯人というところだろう。
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
殺害現場は死体が発見された美術倉庫でしょ。
He was killed in the repository.
石丸くんの死体を運んだ
sorry,
直
sorry.
後に殺されたの。
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed no longer after transporting Taka's body.
ではあいつは 石丸の死体消失から2人の死体が再発見されるまでの間に殺されたのだが、
So he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
その間俺たちは手分けして消えた死体の捜索をしていたはずだ。
During that time, we all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body.
つまり俺たち全員のアリバイがない時間帯だ。
In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
でも私とさくらちゃんは一緒だったよ。
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
それでなんかアピってんじゃねえぞこのすっとこっとせいが。
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
誰がすっとこっとせよ。
Who are you calling a walrus?
つうか殺された時間帯もそうだけど、もっと気になることがあんべ。
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
もっと気になること。
And what might that be?
山田っちはどんな凶器で殺されたんかな。
Ah, the weapon they used to kill Hifumi. Honestly, now you're talking smart, Hakakure. This is, I think, the most smartest thing you have ever done in this whole game. Okay, maybe not the whole game, but like in this trial for sure.
凶器
The weapon?
だってよ、モノクマファイルによると、
Yeah, cause I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
石丸っちと山田っちは同じような凶器で同じように頭をかち割られてたらしいけど、
the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, and them having similar fractures and all.
でもよ、3号のハンマーも4号のハンマーも保健室と物理準備室に落ちたままだったはずだべ。
But just as Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying on the ground around in the nurse office and the equipment room, right?
山田っちが美術倉庫で殺されたってことは、
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository,
犯人はどっちかの部屋からハンマーを持ち出して、それで美術倉庫にいる山田っちを殺した後、
the culprit would have to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi,
またその部屋にハンマーを戻したってのか。
put the hammer back where they found it.
でもよ、それって危険すぎねえか。
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for them?
こいつは驚いたな。お前の頭蓋骨の中に脳みそがあったとは。
I'm surprised there's some resemblance of a brain knocking around the skulls of yours after all. Byakuya, I agree.
ギュンギュンに詰まってるべ。
Hell yeah, spiked in there, good and tight.
だが葉隠れの言う通りだ。確かに気になるな。
He is right though. I don't understand it either.
モノクマファイルによると2人は同じような凶器で殺されているはずだわ。
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
3号と4号のハンマーがそれぞれの部屋に残されたままだったとなると。
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms,
では犯人はそれらのハンマーをどうやって持ち運んだのでしょう。
so the question is, how did the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
見当もつきませんわね。
Personally, I haven't a clue.
じゃあ1号とか2号のハンマーはセレスちゃんとかを襲うのに使われたやつ。
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
あれだってそれぞれの部屋に置き去りのままだし、そもそも人を殺せる威力はなさそうだよ。
Those were encountered in other rooms too, and I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone. I don't know. Okay, goodbye. I will remember to drink. Thank you for coming by. For stopping by. There we go. I drink a lot of water. Those were accounted. Okay, never mind. I just said it.
だとしたら。
それ以外の凶器という可能性もあるんじゃないのか。
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
それ以外の凶器なんてありえねえって。だって2人は似たような凶器で殺されてんだぞ。
I think I know what he is getting from. It is a similar weapon, but they never said the same weapon in the Monokuma file. Okay, maybe to be fair, that would be too big of a clue. But then we have the main 4 in the other room in the repository, and we have the hammer in the nurse office. And the moment when we went to investigate, okay, to be fair, Hakakure was there not. To be fair, Hakakure wasn't there yet. But then we were looking at the room, and we saw. Since we went through the investigation, we saw it, so.
だったら山田を殺した凶器とは何だったのだ
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi? The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Spotless hammer.
山田を殺した凶器ジャスティスハンマー3号なのか
3.
ジャスティスハンマー4号なのか
I like how they increase the
ど
size.
ちらにしても犯人はどのようにしてそれらの凶器を持ち運んだのでしょうね。しかも誰にも目撃されることなく
今明らかになるジャスティスハンマー
Yeah, but-
詳細はウェブで
Murdergear.com Ban hammer time for more info.
どっちかのハンマーが凶器ってことだけかそれだけか
So they were thinking about increasing size. If Yumi was killed in a repository, right? So if the weapons used to kill both of them was actually similar, if they were similar, it cannot increase in size. So there should not be an hammer, just hammer 5. So that's I mean, it is. It's not one of these. There's no Justice Hammer 5. Okay, let's just read from here. What was used to kill Hifumi? We cannot. I mean, that's definitely it. Well, whatever. There's one thing that I figured out. There's no witness. There's nothing we can use as witness. Sounds like just a Hammer 5 is about to make an appearance. Check out murdergear.com Hammer time for more info. I don't think it's one of the Justice Hammers. I mean, it's definitely. But we saw like when we were like in the storage room. Okay, let's here. Hammers of all shapes and sizes were found in a repository. One of them found red and had apparently been recently washed. I am cleansed from the dirt or filth of this earth. I will make my guess actually. Yasuhiro Hakakure. But I do not want to say a genocide show. So she is more like making a pun. So this one is not serious, but this one is. He was so focused on the Justice Hammer. But we haven't found a singular other Justice Hammer. Oh, we're going to make this guy disappear. Give him diabetes. Wait, the state government. I'm reading the name. State government VTL. Okay, an interesting name for a bot.
山田を殺した凶器ジャスティスハンマー4号なのか
どちらにして犯人はそれらの凶器を持ちしかも誰にも目撃
今明らかになるジャスティスハンマー5号詳細はウェブで
とりあえずはっきりしてんのはどっちかのハンマーが凶器ってことだ
There we go. We got a. I mean, Genocide Show was definitely a.
やっぱり凶器はジャスティスハンマーじゃなくて別の凶器だったんだよ
If I clicked on Genocide Show, I will be because the reason why it's Genocide Show is not the specific one, even though that's we know that is because. Oh, I'm losing my sentence right there. Okay, the reason why Genocide Show is because she is sarcasm, right? We cannot really say sarcasm is the fault, but Hakakure was so focused on that. The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was completely something completely different.
けど別の凶器って
But seriously, a different weapon?
美術倉庫のハンマーだよ。犯人はあれを凶器に使ったんじゃないかな。
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill HIFUMI.
それに美術倉庫に残されたハンマーはどれも石の破片や粉なんかが付着してたんだけど。
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered with flecks of grit and debris.
そのうちの一つだけがなぜか綺麗に洗われてたんだよ。
But for some reason, one of them had been clean.
現れてた
Huh?
そのハンマーが現れたのはそれが山田君を殺した本当の凶器だったからだよ。
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it used to commit murder.
犯人は凶器に付着した血痕を洗い流すためにわざわざハンマーを洗ったんじゃないかな。
If the hammer got covered in HIFUMI's blood, of course they had to clean it up.
しかも美術倉庫の壁には大小さまざまなハンマーがかけられてたんだけどさ。
We'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers, big ones and small ones.
そのうちのいくつかは歯抜けになってたんだ。
Even some flat, mallet-like ones.
ジャスティスハンマー自体がここのハンマーを元にして作られたんじゃないかな。
I think whoever made the Justice Hammer used those bases as their design.
であれば同じような凶器という条件も一致するな。
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file note about the wounds being similar.
では山田は石丸の死体を美術倉庫まで運んだ直後その場にあるハンマーで殺されたのか。
So HIFUMI moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
それをやったのが真犯人山田と共犯で最終的に裏切ったやつ
And whoever did that is the true killer, the one HIFUMI was working with, and the one who betrayed him.
ちょっと待ってください。共犯者という考え方はおかしいですわ。
Hold on a moment. I think it's so strange to assume someone was working together with him.
だってこの学園生活における卒業のルールでは共犯者は何も得をしないはずです。
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carrying out a murder.
つまり共犯者の可能性はありえない。以前もそう結論付けたはずですわよ。
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ridiculous. We talked about this, did we not? We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Ah, okay.
ここでのルールでは共犯したところで生き延びることができるのは殺しを実行した一人だけのはず。とすると共犯者の可能性はありませんわ。
確かにそうだったな。
だけどそれは事件の一つだった場合でしょ。今回起きた事件は二つだったのね。
Okay. Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this? Okay, I had to collect something because I didn't want to leave too much. I mean, I guess that's the only thing. We had like the Broken Witch Watch. There's no way I can add the Broken Witch Watch to the impossible. Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this? I mean, there's definitely two murders.
ここでのルールでは共犯したところで殺しを実行した一人だけのはず。とすると共犯者の可能性
There are two murders.
でも今回は2つの事件が起きてたんだ。だったら共犯関係も成り立つんじゃないかな。
Since there were two murders, at least possible that more than one person was involved.
どういう意味だ。
What do you mean?
共犯者の存在が考えられないのは 起きた事件が一つだった場合の話よ。
If there's only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
当然よね。一つの事件で助かるのが一人だけなら共犯したところで天秤作用が成立しないんだから。
Naturally, if one person can be saved by murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
天秤作用
Risk versus reward benefit?
その仕事と釣り合う額の報酬、つまり共犯するだけの危険に見合った報酬。
The payoff for working together, the reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme.
殺人を手伝っても助からないんだったら共犯する意味なんてない。
There's no point in being someone accomplices if there's no benefit to you.
でも逆にその天秤作用さえ成立すれば誰かと共犯関係になることは不可能ではないわ。
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
2人の犯人が2つの殺人を犯し互いの殺人の共犯者になればいいということか。
What do you mean by this sickness thing? You're saying that two people could act as one each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
真犯人はその計画を山田君に持ちかけたのよ。自分の犯行の共犯をさせるために。
I think that's what the true killer told HIFUMI. They would each have an accomplice for their crime.
おそらく最初に石丸君を殺したのは山田君だったはずよ。
And based off the case events, HIFUMI would have been the first one to act, murdering TAKA.
先に彼に殺人を起こさせ逃げられなくした上で自分の計画を手伝わせたんでしょうね。
They made him carry out the first murder, so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
つまり今回の事件は一人の犯人による連続殺人なんかじゃなくて
So in this case, there isn't one single person committing multiple murders.
一人の犯人が起こした二つの事件だったんだよ。
Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
それが一連の連続殺人に見えたのは全て犯人の偽装工作によるものだったんだ。
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
顔を隠した不審者、似たような凶器、そして死体消失。犯人はこれらの共通点を作り上げることで
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, displaying bodies.
一連の犯行が同一犯によって行われていると見せかけようとしたんだ。
By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it all look like one person was behind it all.
犯人はその計画を共犯者に持ちかけ、そして共犯者を得ることに成功し
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
最後にその共犯者を殺すことで一番の懸念材料をも消し去ったというわけか。
And then to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed the accomplice. I mean, that's obvious, I guess, if you put it that way.
となると山田を裏切ったのも当初からの計画通りだったんだろうな。
Hold on. This is really sucks, but my parents is asking me something, so I hope it's only 5 minutes, according to her. So, hold on. Be right back. Sorry, I thought there was something very important, but it was a little bit small. I mean, they were like, I am back. Yeah, it was also as if she was like, the house is on fire, and like, oh shoot, did I accidentally open the stove again before I went to eat? But no, it's just because I accidentally opened the freezer for a little bit too long. I mean, yes, it's important, but it's more like, is it really to make a big deal? Like, come on, you could have like asked for tomorrow or something, you know? Oh well. Yeah, I'm back. Which is, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning. That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
そうか。なかなかよくできた計画じゃないか。共犯者の人選は別だがな。
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, that choice of accomplice seems odd. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same, that was the main characteristic of this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she's not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely a separate incident. Kyoko really is amazing, although when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
同伴者の存在が成り立つことは分かったでは山田を操っていた真犯人何者なのだ
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings? Well, I mean, the one that wanted to get out. That's problem numero uno right now. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you considered all that, there's only really one person who seemed to fit. Okay, hold on, before we actually say it, we're going one by one. Fourth card. Makoto Neiki, we're the protagonists, we are safe, 100% for sure. Kyoto Ishimaru, he's dead. Byakuya Togami was together with Toko. I mean, Toko was like, oh no, Toko was down. Byakuya, we have nothing to worry about. But he is not working together with Hifumi because he was saying the accomplice choice is odd, you know? Mundo is dead, Leon is dead, Hifumi is, I mean, he's the accomplice, I mean, the killer, but still. Yasuhiro is in a suit of armor. Saika is dead. Kyoko Girigi was with Yasuhiro by the time of the incident. Hifumi was dead. Asahina was together with Sakura. She was on the ground. Together with Asahina. Celeste was alone. Junko was dead. And Chihiro is dead. So by the process of elimination, we only have Celeste yet. There's really only one person who seemed to fit. I mean, look at the face. I mean, he is like...
これが僕の答えだ。セレスさん。
It was Celeste.
あら、私が怪しいのですか？
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
嫌ですわ。そんなご冗談を。
I really do hate this kind of joke.
冗談？それはどうかな。
A joke? I wonder.
では、私と山田くんが組んでいたとおっしゃるのですね。
So what you're saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
そんな私と山田君が組んでいたなんて。
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him.
んなことあるわけねえだろクソボケが。
No, I would go
あんな
with
下手でと組むっつんだよ。
that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains. That lazy, wordless, goddamn idiot.
失礼しましたわ。
Pardon what?
言っておくが根拠もあるぞ。
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
根拠？
Is that so?
そうだ。今回の一連の事件においてお前らだけは共通してある行動をとっていた。
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was commonly only to two of you.
それが根拠になるんだよ。お前らが組んでいたことのな。
Considering what we have learned so far, the only further proves that the two of you were working together. What was it only HIFUMI and Celeste had in common? Encountering the suspicion. No, the paper in HIFUMI's pants. Pants!
これだ。山田君とセレスさんだけが共通して取っていた行動。それって不審者の目撃のことだよね。
This behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
例の不審者、ジャスティスロボを目撃してるのってセレスさんと山田君だけだったもんね。
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and HIFUMI.
しゃばるな。
Shush, the adults are talking now. Come on. So sorry.
苗木の言う通り、例の不審者を目撃しているのは山田とセレスの2人だけだった。
As he said, only Celeste and HIFUMI ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
その山田が犯人の一人であれば、もう一方のセレスの証言も怪しいと見るのが当然だ。
If we can accept that HIFUMI was one of the culprits, then we can't help but suspect that Celeste has said as well.
すべて嘘ってこと？
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
図書室で怪我をした山田を保健室に連れて行った後、俺たちは全員で不審者の捜索を始めたな。
After taking HIFUMI to the nurse office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
その直後のセレスの言葉を思い出してみろ。
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said? I saw a shadow! Something moving around the top of the stairs.
あの証言があった
We
から
headed
こ
to the
そ
second floor
俺たちは2階へ
specifically
と移
not
動したんだ。
oh, it's my bad. We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she's claimed to have seen.
そこでセレスは俺たちを3階の物理室へと誘導するために
Next to draw us all to the physics lab up to the third floor.
3階で悲鳴を上げた。
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
あの時悲鳴を聞きつけて3階に集まった俺たちにセレスは何と言った？
And when we all come to see what's wrong, what was it she said? Celeste, what's wrong? It was rather an intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran us off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
そうやって俺たちを物理室に向かうよう仕向けた後は
Once she done her job of getting all of us up to the physics lab,
もう一人の相方の出番だ。
it was time for her partner to get to work. Okay, I'm not going to scream that. Huh? What was that? That came from the downstairs. It must have been HIFUMI. He is in the nurse office. Oh my god, how many times are we going to repeat the scene?
あれは私たちを二手に分かれさせて同時に死体を発見させるために？
It was to get us divided into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time.
現に二手に分かれようと提案したのもセレスだったはずだ。
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Then why don't we split up into 2 groups? I will lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Well then Makoto and Hina, you will come with me to the nurse office. Something that's happened.
セレスと
I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
付け加えて言えばその前のお前の盛大な叫び声
And on top of that, that piercing cries of yours early on.
ドキャ
Okay, it's like,
あれには山田への合図という役割もあったんじゃないのか
That was the Signor Hifumi, wasn't it?
自分は予定通り3階までたどり着いた悲鳴を上げろそんな意味の合図がな
It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything is going according to plan.
だからこそあんな校内全体に響き渡るような大声で叫んだんじゃないのか
Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea? Damn!
それに怪しいのはあの時もだよ。
I just realized another strange thing.
保健室で死んだふりをしてた山田君を発見した時
We found Hifumi in the nurse office, who we now know is only pretending to be dead. I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi will be murdered.
あの時最初に殺されたと言ったのはセレスさんだったよね。
Celeste, you were first one to say he'd been murdered.
そうやっていうことで山田君は死んだんだと僕たちに思い込ませようとしたんじゃないの
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
そんな信じらんないよ。 セレスちゃんの演技だったなんて。
I didn't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
朝比奈さんは山田君の死体が消えた時セレスさんと一緒にいたんだよね。
Hina, you were with Celeste when Yufumi's body disappeared, right?
うん。私の気分が悪かったからセレスちゃんがトイレに連れてってくれて。
Yeah, I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
じゃああれも
Then that was...
朝比奈さんを気遣ったわけじゃなくて山田君を保健室から逃がす隙を作るためだったのかも。
He wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Yufumi sneak out of the office.
どれもこれも一つずつでは小さなことだが積み重なった途端大きな疑惑になる
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Ugly Celeste.
そう思わないか
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
さあ何のことでしょう
I have no idea what you mean.
とぼけても無駄だ
Don't bother trying to deny it.
お前は決定的なミスを犯しているんだ
You made one fatal mistake.
ミス
Oh, did I?
最初にあれを聞いた時はさほど深刻には考えなかったが
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but...
今となってははっきりと言えるあれはお前の犯した致命的なミスだとな
I can say that one little slip up was your undoing.
何のことでしょう
What are you talking about?
山田の死体消失を聞いた俺たちが保健室に戻った直後の話だ
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared, and we returned to the nurse office. They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. How did you know Taka was dead?
その言葉なら我も聞いていたが、それの何がおかしいというのだ。
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
いいか、物理準備室で石丸の死体を発見したのは俺と大神と深川の3人だったんだ。
Now pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
その後遅れてきた苗木から山田殺害の件を聞き、俺と大神は苗木と一緒に物理準備室を後にした。
Then Makoto showed up and told us HIFUMI had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
そして廊下に出たところでセレスと会い、俺たちは4人で保健室に向かうことになったんだ。
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse office.
その間、俺たちは石丸の死については一切何も話していないんだ。
Yay! That was true! That was true. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said about anything about Taka being dead.
そう考えると、セレスのあの発言は極めて不自然。いや、不自然すぎるんだよ。
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
あの発言だの、
Oh,
不
come
自然だの、
on.
いまいち意味がわからんのだけど。
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, though I don't really get what you're
おい、セレス、みんなが困ってるぞ。みんなのためにもう一度同じ発言をしてやれよ。
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone is having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
お前が犯人じゃないならできるはずだぞ。
If you're really not the culprit, then you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right? Byakuya said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what's he alluding to? Okay, we have only Monokuma file. That means we have to collect the
私の発言はこうでした。まるで楽しんでいるようですわね。
thing.
私たちが怯え混乱するのを見て楽しんでいるようですわ。
It's supposed to be
こ
your
のままだと全員殺されて
all
しまい
those
ま
guys
す。
here.
彼らのように殺されて
Those
しまい
guys
ます。
died.
以上でしたが、
これで分かっただろう。セレスの発言の不自然な点が。
When she said that, she could only have known about HIFUMI's death. But then in mind, what's so strange about what she said?
私の発言はこうでした。まるで私たちが怯え混乱楽しんでいるようですわ。このままだと全員殺されてしまいます。彼らのように殺されてし
Yeah, there we go. How did she know that? Last time we got only HIFUMI.
そうだ、彼らのように殺されるなんて発言はあの時のセレスさんから出てくるはずないんだよ。
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have just like those guys died.
だってあの時僕らはまだセレスさんに石丸君の件を伝えてなかったはずだよ。
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
しかも俺たちがセレスと会ったのは廊下に出た後のことだ。
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until we were after we were all out in the hall.
つまりそいつには物理準備室の死体を見る機会もなかったはずだ。
So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
それなのにセレスさんはどうして知っていたの？
So how did she know? Celeste?
殺されたのは一人じゃなくて彼ら、しかも男だったってことさ。
How did she know more than one person had been killed? How did she know they were both guys?
だってあの時はキリギリさんも姿を消してたんだ。彼女が殺された可能性だってあったはずだよ。
Because Kyuka had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too. あーあーは
皆さん想像力が豊かなのですね。
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
想像だと
Imaginations?
先ほどあなた方はおっしゃっていましたわね。私が不審者を目撃した証言は全て嘘だと。
You claimed that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious in the person I saw.
でしたらこの画像はどうなるのです？
Then what about the picture I took?
不審者が山田君を連れ去っているこの画像について皆さんはどう説明をつけるおつもりですか？
How would you explain this picture of the costume villain dragged Hifumi away?
それも捏造だろ。
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
セレスッチがあの衣装を着て、そんでデジカメのタイマーを使って撮影したとか。
お忘れですか？あの衣装は葉隠君にしか着られないはずですわよ。
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
それにこのデジカメにはタイマー機能なんてついておりません。
Plus, I have happened to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
つまり不審者が山田君を連れ去ったというのは揺るぎない事実なのです。
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
私の証言が全て嘘だというならこの画像が何なのかを説明していただけますか？
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
そもそもその画像って本当に不審者が山田君を連れ去っているところなのかしら。
Simple, all we showed us really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
どういう意味ですか？
What could you possibly mean by that?
不審者が山田君を連れ去ったわけじゃなくて他の可能性だってあるんじゃないかしら。
Surely there are other explanations than the one you offered up.
他の可能性なんてあるわけないですわ。
No, there's no other explanation. Other explanation? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility... they're dancing and drinking!
あれだ。あれは不審者が山田君を連れ去ってる画像じゃなくて
That is not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
山田君の方が不審者を連れ去ってる画像だったのかもしれないね。
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
そう考えられるはずよ。
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
あの画像で連れ去られていたのは山田君の方ではなく
The one
不
being
審者の方だ。
the one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
それを私たちが勘違いしていただけなのかも。山田君の方が連れ去られたんだ。
We simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
あの怪しい衣装も私たちに勘違いさせるためのものだったんじゃないかしら。
And the costume might only exist to lead us astray even further.
あんな衣装を着ている人物を見たら誰だってそっちが怪しいと思い込んでしまうからね。
If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you notice and be suspicious of it.
そうやって俺の寝てる間に俺を容疑者に仕立て上げたんだな。
That's about what happened. You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all of this.
そんなわけ
Such a thing
ないじゃありませんか。
is utterly impossible.
山田君の方が不審者を連れ去っていた？
Hifumi was
そ
dragged.
んなことありえませんわ。
Hifumi was dragging him away. Ridiculous.
ありえない。本当にそうかし 私にはそうは思えない。
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
でしたらお教えしましょうか。ありえないと言い切れる根拠を。
I don't. Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you. So last thing she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was right to the suspect away. But is that really possible? Robert just see a message and a red.
気絶した俺にあの衣装を着させて
I've reached the end game.
山田っちに運ばせたんだな。
Carry my weight.
そうやって俺を容疑者に仕立て上げたん
Believing
だな。
in your friends.
ですからそれはありえないのです。
Killing your friends.
この画像では不審者の背筋が伸びています。
Doubting your friends.
中にいるのが気絶した人間ならそんな姿勢を取れるわけがありません。
Yeah, but the robot justice costume.
でも犯人は占いバカだ。
Come on, we just established.
そうなんだべ。
We just established that he is not a killer. If I remember right, Hina said she she couldn't bend at the waist.
気絶した
俺にあの衣装を
山田っちに
運ばせたんだな。そうやって俺を容疑者に。
ですからこの画像では不審者の背筋が伸びています。中にいるのが気絶した人間ならそんな姿勢を取れるわけがありません。
The costume is just so straight.
いや、中の人が気絶してても背筋を伸ばした姿勢になれたはずだよ。
No, even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
あのジャスティスロボの衣装にあったある特徴のおかげでね。
Because that robot justice suit has a certain characteristic. You totally can't bend at the waist. It seemed like a pretty obvious oversight. I think it was made.
そうだ、あの衣装って設計ミスのせいで腰が全
It
く
was
曲がらないん
designed
だ。
that way.
そもそも本当に設計ミスだったのかしら。
I'm not so sure that was a mistake.
最初からこの画像をでっち上げるために計算して作られた設計だったのかもしれないの。
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used in the way it was. Yeah.
セレスさんたちはそんな特徴がある衣装を気絶した葉隠君に着させることで
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they specifically designed as the hero in it.
あの画像をでっち上げたんだよ。
And that's how they were able to fake that whole thing.
あの不審者の存在を僕たちに信じ込ませるためにね。
To the point it was all to make us believe whoever in the suit was to blame. Oh, look at it! She has different sprites.
どうやらチェックメイトのようだな。
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
チェックメイト
Checkmate? Oh no, she is getting crazy. No, we're not at the reading the climax, right?
ふざけてんじゃねえぞこのダバー。何がチェックメイトだ。
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
セレスちゃん、
Celeste?
どうしても私を犯人に仕立て上げたいらしいがそいつは大きな間違いですわよ。
Clearly you want to cram me into your little guilty box. But there's one little problem.
お忘れですか。山田君が死に際に残したあの言葉よ。
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying? Hey Hifumi, who is it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro. Oh, that's so
犯
horrible.
人の名前を聞かれた山田君ははっきりと答えていましたわよね。
Then we asked him who had attacked him. His answer was quite clear. Was it not?
犯人は安弘だと。
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
つまり葉隠安弘なんだよ。
In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure.
俺は安弘なんて名前じゃねえって。
Just stop saying.
実はタロスケって名前で。
Just stop saying Yasuhiro Hakakure. Just be quiet. Wait, my name is really isn't Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
そういうわけのわからぬ嘘をつくから話がややこしくなるのだ。
Your confusing statement doesn't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
だけど山田君が言った安弘って本当に葉隠君のことを指しているのかしらね。
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
てめえ何言ってんだ。焼くぞ。
What the hell are you talking about? I will burn you alive!
秀樹さんどういう意味？
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
思い出してみて。山田君のみんなに対する呼び方を。
Think back to how HIFUMI used to talk to us.
彼は私たちのことをどんな風に呼んでいたかしら。
How did he refer to each of us? For serious, I mean, to be fair, he did. But he did not say that as
そうだ
us.
フルネームだ。山田君はみんなのことをフルネームで呼んでたんだ。
That's right, our last names. He called us by our last names.
例えば苗木誠殿と加えて
I know, I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once. For example,
だから山田君が葉隠君を名指しするつもりなら葉隠康弘殿って呼ぶはずなのよ。
so if HIFUMI did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hakakure.
たまたまですわ。その時だけ下の名前で呼んだのでしょ。
I'm sure it was just incidental. By any chance. He just... his first name.
たまたま。
And decent?
黙ってろ。
Don't talk.
たった一回の偶然がその時なんて随分と都合のいい解釈をするのね。
Random chance. No, isn't that a convenient explanation?
ありえないわ。山田君はいつものようにフルネームで犯人の名前を言おうとしたはずよ。
No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
だけどその途中で力尽きてしまった。
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
じゃあ山田君が示そうとしたのは例えば名字が安弘の人物とか。
So HIFUMI is trying to tell us the last name whoever killed him?
だがそんな名前の人物など該当する者はいないぞ。
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
ちょっと待って。可能性のある人が一人だけいるよ。
Wait, no, hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
今まで本名を明かしていないセレスさん。
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
なんですと。
Whoa, what did you just say?
言いがかりもそこまで来ると笑えますわね。
To think you to take your false accusations so far? I don't know whenever to laugh or spit.
おい、適当なこと言わないでくださる？私が安弘なんて同姓名字のわけが。
Come on, enough with your idiotic bladder. Yasuhiro is a loser name. Do I look like a loser to you?
ねえだろうが。
Well, do I?
チョンゲルズ。
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
だったら教えてよ。セ セレスさんの本名って何なの？
Okay, now fill this in. What is your real name?
よし、耳の穴をがっつりかっぽじってよく聞きやがれ。
Fine. Make sure your eyes holes are wide open and listen up.
私の本名はセレスティア・ルーデンベルク。何度も同じことを言わせないでいただけますか。
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again? Celeste won't give up. So then... Yeah, okay, to be fair, yeah. I have to do something to make her accept. I'm not going for another... Oh, wait, never mind. We're just doing it normal. I mean, if we had to do a stop time debate, I would have been getting crazy.
山田君が示そうとしたのは名字が安弘の人物だったはず。この中に安弘って名字の人がいるとしたら、
本名を明かしていないセレスだろうな。
だから何度も言ってますように、私の名前はセレスティア・ルーデンベルク。
Oh god damn! Reading this out.
いつまで言い張ってるつもりだ。
言い張るも何もそれが真実ですわ。それを確かめる方法がない以上、それが真実なんだよ、バカ。
She's getting wild. If I remember, there's something here that shows his owner's real name. Kyoko's safe is there. If she did not say, we have to get our e-handbooks. Have that on hand on us. We would not have one here. This one. I'm sure Kyoko mentioned something like that at some point. It may not be related to the case, but it might come in handy anyway. Yada yada.
山田君が示そうとした名字が安弘の人物だったはず。この中に安弘って
本名を明かしていないセレスだろうな。
I mean, am I scary too?
だから何度も言ってますように、
I mean, I guess I'm.
私の名前はセレスティア・ルーデンベルクなんだよ。
You either have like such crazy, or you have like so smart as well.
言い張るも何もそれが真実ですわ。それを確かめる方法がない以上。
There we go.
そうだ、電子生徒手帳だよ。
That's it. Then imagine the handbook is twice in the game. The notepad is twice in the game as well. And they're like, yeah, no notepad here. Ah!
確か電子生徒手帳って起動時に持ち主の名前が表示されるはずだったよね。
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name and it boots up, right?
最初にモノクマも言ってたはずだよ。
Monokuma told us all about it before. I mean, during Chihiro, we saw the gender as well. This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook, so there's so many more uses than that.
つまり電子生徒手帳を確認すればはっきりするはずなんだ。
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that will clear everything.
セレスさんの本名がさ。
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
プライバシーの侵害ですわ。見せませんわよ。
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
セレスさん、
Celeste,
そろそろ本当のことを言ってくれないかな。
can you really please just tell us what really happened?
本当のことをさ。
Please, just tell us.
私は王手されたとしても諦めないたちなんですの。
Even when I'm a bit in check, it's not just my nature not to give up.
だって
Because
だって
Because
完全に
her, but that's the only way I could just. Everybody must switch out. Fine then, let me settle it.
もう一度最初から事件を振り返って、そこで全ての犯行を明らかにして。
Let me go over the case again from the beginning and shed light on all your crimes.
それで終わりにさせるよ。
And I will bring everything to an end. Okay, we have idol. I think this is HIFUMI's or the art room. In this case, how did the killer recruit the accomplice? What is its seduction? Oh hey, this is from case 2. I think this is what time did the killer call the victims to the recreation room? So this is okay, I think the best thing is this. Since there's no other item, there's no note. Who was the killer summoned first? I mean, I guess Yasuhiro Hakakure was first. Oh, this is 1 AM, yeah. This is the time when they were arriving. So they took Yasuhiro Hakakure and they shoot him up. And then they were... they took in the camera. What time was Taka supposed to be? Around 6 AM. Yeah, okay, there was no note. And this is Justice Hammer 4. The first murder was Justice Hammer 4. That's ironic. You know, I will tell you later on why. The Justice Hammer that we should kill. What number? It was number 4. In the library, fake the incident. No wait, he was dead by Justice Hammer 3, according to the nurse. Yeah, which Justice Hammer in the nurse room. Then we found out both times. We were using a tarp and a trolley, so both of them. And then the killer used to kill HIFUMI in the end. He was, I think, was he really attacked? Oh yeah, Celeste was attacked by Justice Hammer 1. HIFUMI was increased by 2. Then it was 3 because we thought it was at the same time.
犯人は君なんだ。
Okay, wait, hold on, I'm not complete.
犯人は今回の犯行に及ぶ際、まずある人物と手を組んだ。
Okay, then maybe I can say
そ
that
の人物
later.
は
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
山田君だよ。犯人は山田君を共犯者にすることで一連の事件を可能にしたんだ。
HIFUMI, with an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
彼らはまず昨日の深夜1時にある人物を娯楽室に呼び出したんだ。
First, they convinced someone to meet them at the rec room at the last night to come 1 in the morning.
呼び出されたのは葉隠君だよ。
That someone they met was Hero.
犯人たちは葉隠君を容疑者にでっち上げるために彼を呼び出し、そして薬で眠らせたんだ。
The murders duo intended to pass Hero off as a prime suspect. So when they made up with him,
そして眠らせた葉隠君にジャスティスロボの衣装を着させた後、
when they tricked him, knocked him out, and stuck him into the room with just a suit. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
山田君はジャスティスロボに捕まっているような演技をして、
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make look like Robot Justice was attacking him.
犯人はそれをデジカメで撮影したんだ。
While the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
葉隠君も不審者、つまり容疑者に仕立て上げる証拠作りのためにね。
They did all this just to recreate the evidence. That would put the suspicion on Hero.
その後犯人たちは眠ったままの葉隠君をプールのロッカーの中に閉じ込めた。
When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
そして午前6時、ついに犯人たちは殺人を実行に移したんだ。
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
彼らは物理準備室に石丸君を呼び出した。
They called TAKA to the equipment room.
そこで石丸君は山田君に殺されてしまった。
And that's where
これが
Hifumi
最初の殺人だよ。
and that's where Hifumi killed him, making the scene of the first murder.
その時使われた凶器が物理準備室に落ちてたジャスティスハンマー4号だ。
The murder was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. Okay, let me tell this. This is Justice Hammer number 4. Number 4 in Japan means death. So that's why they used to be the first color is number 4. It's a quite oh, what did it say again? Is it a coincidence? I think not.
最初の殺人なのに4号のハンマーが使われたのは犯行が起きた順序を誤認させるた
Yeah,
めだ。
ironic. It is very ironic that it used to be number 4 that killed the first victim. The reason Hammer number 4 was used to create the confusion about the order of the crimes. I mean, that's the main reason, but I mean, it's so ironic.
その次に犯人と山田君が行ったのは2件の襲撃事件をでっち上げることだった。
So next, they falsified 2 more assault incidents.
彼らはそこで被害者になりすましたんだ。容疑をジャスティスロボに向けるためにね。
For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robot Justice as a suspect.
1件目の偽装は娯楽室での襲撃事件だった。
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room.
そこで犯人はジャスティスハンマー1号と例のジャスティスロボの画像を僕らに見せることで
The killers wanted us to see the Justice Hammer 1 and the Robot Justice picture they taken.
その襲撃事件を僕らに信じ込ませようとしたんだ。
They want to make sure we bought the surprise attack story.
そして2件目の偽装。図書室での襲撃事件の時は
The second fake incident was an attack in the library.
傷ついた山田君とジャスティスハンマー2号を見せつけることで事件を捏造したんだ。
This tiny planned Justice Hammer 2 and ran injured. And he for me to tell us that story. I think I understand this part because Justice Hammer 1 was Celeste, then injured Hifumi was 2, pretending to be dead Hifumi was 3, but the dead Taka is Justice Hammer number 4. And when Hifumi died, people naturally assume we're going to increase in size.
こうして2件の襲撃事件をでっち上げることで犯人たちは僕らにある先入観を植え付けたんだ。
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds.
謎の不審者がハンマーを大きくしながら次々と人を襲ってるってね。
That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did.
そしてそれを信じ込んでしまった僕らはすぐにその不審者の捜索を始めたんだけど
We fell right into that trap and started looking for the suspect based on that, but...
その時山田君だけを保健室に残してしまったんだ。
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse office.
それは山田君の狙い通りだった。そうやって まんまと一人になった山田君は
This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for, to being left alone.
冷蔵庫にあった輸血パックと
He's just like dancing sparingly. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3.
自ら死体を演じたんだ。自分が殺されたと見せかけたんだよ。
He turned the room into a crime scene, which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
そして山田君の悲鳴を聞いて戻ってきた僕らはそれを発見したんだ。
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
しかもその時物理準備室では石丸君の死体が発見されてたんだ。
Meanwhile, the other group that had been searching found TAKA's body at the same time.
そしてそこで流れた死体発見アナウンスのせいで僕らは山田君が死んだと勘違いしてしまったんだ。
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
こうして僕らを騙した山田君は保健室が無人となった一瞬の隙をついて
We left the nurse's office and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation.
保健室から抜け出したんだ。
He simply got up and made his escape.
その後山田君の死体が消えたと知った僕らは慌てて保健室に集まってしまった。
When we learned his body has disappeared, we all rushed and back to the nurse office.
その隙をつき今度は物理準備室に忍び込んだ山田君は
And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
石丸君の死体をビニールシートで包み台車を使って美術倉庫まで運搬したんだ。
He wrapped TAKA's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move around all the way down to the repository.
これが死体消失事件の真相だよ。
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. I mean, oh my god, Hifumi dancing like this. I cannot deal with
知らなか
it.
ったんだ。全てを操る真犯人の犯行計画の結末を。
But even Hifumi did not know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Yeah, I think it's like chicken dance.
本当の結末それは共犯者である山田君を殺すことだったんだ。
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
現場である美術倉庫にあったハンマーでね。
And they did it from using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
これが今回の事件の全てだよ。そしてこの計画を実行していた主犯の人物は
That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it, all of this is... I mean, this is awesome how they did me.
君の負けだ。
Celeste, sorry, you lose. I find it funny, this is just somehow like a break picture. I lost?
負けだなんて
I lost?
そんな言葉を聞いたのはいつ以来でしょう。
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
重い言葉ですわね。
They hang heavy around my neck.
認めるんだね。君が犯人だってこと。
Then you admitted you were the killer?
嫌ですわ。君だなんてそんな教授みたいな口ぶり。
Listen to you? Trying to take charge as if you were my private instructor.
セレスティア・ルーデンベルク。いえ、もしくは
I'm Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no.
安弘妙子でいいですわ。
Taika Yasuhiro is fine.
安弘妙子。
Taika?
ようやく認めたか。
I mean, true. She did not have the skills for it. So you finally accepted it.
負けを宣告されてあがくほど王将際は悪くありませんの。
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
そうか。
Interesting. So that's this. BB, yeah, I understand the B. The rest though, as you get 99 coins. Could have gotten
モノ
more.
クマさん、それでは始めてくださる？
Okay, Monokuma, I'm ready to begin.
いえ、
Or no?
終わらせてくださる？
I suppose
ですわね。
this is the end, isn't it?
ふむふむ
Hmm.
お待ちかねの投票タイムですね。いいでしょう。では始めましょうか。
It is indeed the moment we all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay, okay.
ではお前らはお手元のスイッチで投票してください。
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote.
さて、投票の結果、黒となるのは誰なのか。
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
その答えは正解なのか不正解なのか。さあ、どうなんだ。
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What is gonna be? What is it gonna be? Okay, I think we all know it. It is basically a formality at this point, and once again you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was
じゃじゃーん。
Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Daiko Yasuhiro.
まったく。
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Yufumi's interpreted was beyond all my calculations.
やっぱり
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have been happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
じゃあ
Then did you use, you know... And figured you figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice. I used her. For everyone who's still left, I will avoid mentioning it by name. But it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... She's talking about alter ego?
はにゃはにゃ。
What? What? What are you talking about?
ちょっ
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here.
しょぼー。
I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
とつまり
Then you're the one that stole it?
ええ
That's right.
なるほど
I used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit.
と
What are you doing here?
実は
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it. What?
よろしいです
It
か？
was Taka. He stole it.
それでは
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you know what to do to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it. I deleted the picture as soon as shown it to Hifumi, of course. So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got so close to her. You are correct. This is why Taka forced me to steal it.
私
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did?
私
He came to my room last night and announced. And then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. And he took pictures. He said if I didn't do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. That's a crime. An absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I never said before in my life. I am going to kill him. I am going to fucking kill him.
そんな
Wait. Please, if you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
実は
Taka is use her to escape. And he has made you his target. Escape? You don't mean. Taka is going to try to kill you.
ええ
And all so he can keep her to himself. That bastard!
マジ
Bastard, bastard, bastard!
まったく
Can we allow him to continue with this barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
僕が彼女を救ってみせる
I have to save her!
実は
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happened I have to come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
はい
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad. It would seem. You disgust me.
なるほど
I have
な
another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
ええ
Yeah, it was real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it was my fault for picking him in the first place.
けどよ
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you are stupid. And to be fair, it's not. I mean, he is stupid, but like you need to kill Makoto or Byakuya though. Byakuya and Makoto is like the most, and Kyoko are the three most important people you need to kill to make sure the truth has been hidden. If Yasuhiro was the one who was talking, it would be the worst thing.
ええ
In that regard, I made the right choice. So I'm glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been so tough on your parents though. I feel like I could cry. I would cry too.
だか
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing that? What she's asking is, what's that Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
よろしいですか
That is simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And you really believe that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there is to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while we were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the very moment of his death.
やはり
So he had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. So how can a human life mean so little to you?
No.
That is a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win. Now you sound like Byakuya.
それは
No.
どうでしょう。
He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we're nothing alike.
どうして
Then what did make you take things that far? Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money. It's true. But that is not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
けどよ
But all you have been saying how we have to accept living here. That's obviously was a lie. I couldn't take it. I hated it from the day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was a fresh torture. And why do you know why? Huh?
いいですわね。
Because I had a dream. Honestly, I think it was a low blow. It was like a lie, a bluff she was telling. That's why, I mean, Taka is the ultimate moral compass. I mean, he cannot go against his nature. Accepting a life here would have been nothing less than giving up my dream forever.
ま
And there's no way that I could never do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
私
And it was all for that dream. And what is this dream of yours?
素敵ですわ。
To live in an European castle. To be fair, she is a Japanese obsessed with Western culture. Except for the Lolita clothing. A castle? To gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I mean, I find one maybe looking like decent, but the rest are just like a little bit too over top for me. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
いいですわね。
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winning, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. Welcome to the Stream Galaxy 88. I got right to the edge, but
仕方がありませんわね。
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
最低。
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
あら、
Okay, you know what? This is a good time to drink indeed. It's almost. There we go. Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
お分かりですか？
That's all there is to me. That's all makes me complete. Oh, just simple water. I have enough sugar today. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding. That's what we should be saying. And plus, yeah, 100% water. Straight from the fridge. How can you be so calm? Oh, don't you realize you're about to die? Why, aren't you scared? My ability to live is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's just the other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceive the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
そうですわね。
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then,
素敵ですわ。
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. Yeah, you get just accurate. Oh. So let's smile then. When she did it, it looked like me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement in itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
ドキドキ
Are you all done? Okay, then let's get it rolling. The black and the descriptive please, I must pay the price.
スペシャルなお仕置きを用意しました
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for her, the ultimate gambler.
では張り切っていきましょう
Let's give
お
it,
仕置きタイム
let's give it everything because it's punishment time.
最後にキリギリさんにこれを渡しておきましょう。
I guess I will let Kyoko hold on to this. This is
あれは果たして希望なのでしょうか。
will it really give you the
私にはそうは思えませんでしたわ。
will it really give you the hope you are looking for? I can't really say I ever saw it that way,
だからこそ
which is why
いえ補足ですわね。
actually it's not that important.
それではごきげんよう。
Well then, everyone. Oh, well then, take care, everyone.
また来世でお会いしましょう。
Perhaps we will meet again in another life. The burning of the witch's Versailles witch. Well, I mean, that's something she would definitely like. Although a horrible, painful death, not but like some like an end like this. Ah, of course, Monokuma. Well, at least you got the setting. I mean, she still died at the fireplace. Not her ultimate death, but still the aesthetic she would have loved to. And that's Celeste. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to kill me along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone can get free of their regrets from the outside world. And so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You just need to place more value in your lives. Jeez, and I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation. Oh, what do I care about hope? I will throw it in the trash if you just let me get out of here. You're all the embodiment of hope, whenever you like it or not. And that's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes, but that's the reality that just can't be avoided. Don't act like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna keep us? Oh wait, sorry, that is not. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Oh wait, this is oh, God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give me a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste? So, what's the deal with that? Huh? What's the matter?
じゃ
I will answer your question if you answer mine.
あ、あなたは
What did you do? What did you do to me? What?
ね
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. I do like this BGM. I heard it for a little bit, but hearing this is just peak. The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does it mean? Okay, things are kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can enjoy your school life. If you got lonely, give me a shout. Not that I will do anything about it, of course. See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's the key that Celeste gave you?
それは
Most likely. It's key to one of the dressing room lockers. And that means Celeste probably hid it there.
Oi,
I suppose something as easy as to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
ええ
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
ね
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I will check you with you later.
なんだ
Why, exactly, are you going alone?
それ
Did he
は
even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
おい
That's not what I mean. Why, you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I will go too.
なんだ
You? Please, let me go! Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
じゃあな
Well, do whatever what you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
では
Then it's up to you now.
Oh.
I'm going to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto, Kyoko are going go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
よし
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. No way! I mean, to be fair, I do ship them together. I tried to forget what Tina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall. Leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
行きましょうか。
Shall we? Yeah,
じゃあ
we need to get into that locker. And then the locker swung open and we saw... Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just say what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I'm able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as the incident confirmed, yeah. Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at school?
あなたは
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
だけど
Regardless, there's something you need to know right now. Don't need to know. It's just make me even more worried.
Eh?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. That when you do that,
ええ
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you!
Eh?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we are friends. I understand.
そう
That maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. That,
いいわ
fine, I will tell you. I will tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko, I believed in her. She told me a story, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. When I did, I went into action. I do not like the sound. Hold on. I am going to set like a background noise for myself to have like a tiny teensy a bit less scared, I guess, to be fair. But I'm a total pushover for some such a thing. Oh no, how am I supposed to play horror games like this? Oh no. I mean, of course I'm not going to play horror games, but there are some games that are kinda... pretty questionable.
そう
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveilling camera or monitor on it, and the storage closet in there, way in the back. She said the way in the back of the boys' storage closet room, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Okay, this is not going to help me. Okay. The secret told me about could it really be hidden here? She said it way in the back of the storage room closet, but I mean seriously, without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of it. I was being yanked in. At the same time as I heard the sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what's going on. I have fallen back at the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was a revolving door, and I made my way in the other side. I'm like in a horror movie. I don't like it. Just like Kyoko had said.
そう
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of the closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? This is just a normal desk with normal drawers. Oh, my bad. There's a bunch of files and what look like a volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking everything on one file on the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hospeak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I swept the file into my hand. Before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. That's kinda weird. I could understand, like, I can't leave it. You must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. The strange sensation. Like deja vu. These words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere. But I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? A strange sound rang out throughout my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. With that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow! Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. It's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Everything is gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the study registry, and even the note that has fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? That my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain on my head began to spread across the rest of my... Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind was heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Things are getting blurry, I can't see in front of me. After that. As I fast listened, I heard the sound. This was faint, but undeniable. That sound, coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? Can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. A sound coming from the inside. Well, meanwhile, only intensifies with much more. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I need to drink. They are punching. I'm not going to say those nice voices. Before me there reached a battle beyond anything humanly possible. Yeah, I did drink. No, one inside is not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe. Why you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't a part of the deal. I made my decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
あ、そう。
Okay.
でもさ、そんなことしてどうなるかわかってるの？
But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right?
忘れちゃったわけじゃないよね。
You haven't forgotten, have you?
人質の剣。
What I'm holding hostage. What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the Masuma Spy's Sakura? The next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. Yes. Hold on. You know, we actually did a lot of things during the midterms. I mean, what happened and all. We got, I mean, we're actually near, we already ended the trial. So let's just recap what happened. Basically, Celeste made an elaborate plan to kill Hifumi, and then Hifumi well, it's more like yeah, she made Hifumi kill Taka, and then Celeste can kill Hifumi because otherwise, yeah, the accomplice is not getting anything, so there's no reason to, you know, work together, and all because of a dream she has, vampire butlers slash bodyguards. I mean, it cannot go wrong for certain people. Okay, I know a few people who love to have those things, but she wants to be that. Problem is though, she got caught because of the more people you kill, the more evidence you leave, and because she lies a lot, she made Hifumi fiddle around her finger. I mean, like playing around her finger. Oh yeah, 10 million would extra help, but we don't know what actually happens on the outside. We just figured out there was something you must not leave, so we have to stay there. Yeah, there's so much going on. I mean, we know that Taiko Yasuhiro real name. It's actually quite not bad. Actually, I do like the character. I mean the name, but I have no idea what Taiko means. So let's just watch it. Taiko. Okay, there is a lot of pronouns or like possible forms, including mysterious child or many blessings child. To be fair, you can say Celeste is pretty mysterious with a gothic line about her name, having a lot of luck naming many blessings. But I can see why she might like Celestia Ludenberg more. I mean, did you know that my dragon candy name is also not a real name? Wow, shocker! To be fair. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think before we go further, since we are nearing the climax, we just realized that Sakura might be the spy. The ultimate martial artist. And during the trial, I almost lost a lot of HP for no reason. So basically, we need to upgrade those free time events. That means I will be playing a lot of free time trial, and we have a lot of coins, so that's also a thing we should do focus. To get our gacha. I mean, I want to know about this part though. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. Mondo got executed. Hifumi killed Taka, and then Celeste killed Hifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings up to now. Yeah, that is basically the whole scenario in Danganronpa. And each time someone dies, the more places we can go in, and that means the more mysterious coming out, which can take down the mastermind, or we're going to kill each other. I mean, the protagonist people. So yeah, all we have to do is wait until next week, I think. Maybe, I have no idea if I should go for another chapter or not. Since there are some games that I want to play, but I'm kinda, getting shaken. And I am learning rigging at the meantime. Of course I will be still streaming, but it's more like, what do I want to play, So yeah, stay tuned. Hopefully it will be still Danganronpa, and there's less people to voice act now since Celeste is dead. So we can keep on voicing Monokuma and maybe Sakura, and of course the normal voices like Makoto, Naegi, Kyoko, Asahino, maybe Toko, Genocide Show, since that maybe a little bit, but it's definitely easier on my throat. Good grief. But after Danganronpa is done, I will be, I think, maybe play something else. Ah yeah, that's also a thing that I can play. But yeah, I will have to see. Thank you very much. So yeah, let me see in Friday what I will do. So yeah, thank you for watching. Be safe and be healthy. It's 2025. There are so many things that can go wrong. Stay healthy. If there's something wrong with your body and you cannot fix it with as simple as a painkiller, go to the doctor. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.